Chapter 725. There's inflammation? Xiao Chen was stunned. It's a gynecological problem. Xiao said, why are you asking so carefully? Xiao, gynecological problems for girls are not a small matter. You should take a closer look. However, Xiao Chen said seriously, you mustn't ignore it. It might affect your fertility or something. Brother, why are you nagging? The doctor told me that it's about my physique. It's a little complicated. He said that I'll be fine if I have a boyfriend. Do you understand? Xiao said impatiently, why don't we do it with real knives and guns at night? I'll be fine. You're getting more and more frivolous. Xiao Chen said angrily, what nonsense are you talking about? Who asked you to ask so many questions? Xiao pouted. I'm just concerned about you. Xiao Chen was dumbfounded. Aren't you bickering with me? I'm not. This is the truth. Why don't we do it together? Anyway, it's fine as long as I don't get pregnant. Xiao wasn't so bold before the DNA test, but now, she was simply a little unscrupulous. She could no longer suppress her feelings for Xiao Chen. In the past, Xiao still restrained herself because of her family, the opinions of outsiders, and the truth of the matter. Although she liked Xiao Chen, she wasn't so unscrupulous. But now it was different. Obviously, she had no blood relationship with Xiao Chen. Why couldn't they be together? If Xiao Chen was still the loser from before, it would be fine. Although Xiao had the intention, Xiao Chen had to face the responsibility of the outside world and the disappointment of his family. In the past, the Xiao family needed her own marriage to grow, but now the Xiao family didn't need this at all. Xiao Chen alone was enough, so Xiao felt that she should find her own happiness instead of being bound by the family's concept. Xiao, if you talk nonsense again, I'm really angry. Xiao Chen's face changed. He didn't expect Xiao to say such words. In the end, Xiao Chen was still a relatively traditional person. He couldn't accept a brother and sister being together. He wasn't an uncivilized primitive. How could he do this? Even if he told Xiao not to get pregnant and not to have children, the impact might be relatively small, but Xiao Chen still couldn't accept it. What's there to be angry about? You read those comics. For example, My Sister Can't Be So Cute. Have you read them? Xiao said. So you've read too many comics, your mind is filled with nonsense. Xiao Chen said angrily, I'll burn them when we get home. They're not biological siblings. Xiao immediately explained. Nonsense, why didn't I see anything that said they weren't related? The siblings are both perverts, one has a brother complex while the other has a sister complex. Xiao Chen said angrily, you're not allowed to watch it in the future. Gu is. Brother, Chen, brother is Xiao. You've read it too. You're still talking about me? Are you also a siscon? Otherwise, why do you read so many comics? Xiao suddenly seemed to have discovered a new continent. Ahem. Xiao Chen blushed. You bought the comics. I was bored and flipped through them. But since you know that they aren't biological siblings, why did you say it? We are biological siblings. That's not necessarily true. Maybe they aren't? Xiao blinked. Why don't we have a baby and see if it's mentally retarded? How about we do it tonight? Is what you said true? Xiao Chen's face was very ugly. Yeah. Xiao nodded. Pa. Xiao Chen finally couldn't help but slap Xiao. Although he didn't use much strength, it could be seen from Xiao Chen's trembling hand that Xiao Chen was really angry at this moment. Brother, you hit me? Xiao couldn't believe it. It's a light slap. Xiao Chen's expression was serious. He took a deep breath and said, Xiao, now I finally understand why you don't want to be with Qi Zhigao. I also know why you always dress so revealing in front of me, and you are so intimate. What do you mean? Xiao stuttered. If you didn't mention the comics, I wouldn't have thought of it. When you mentioned the comics, I figured it out. You like me? Xiao frowned. No wonder you are so hostile to Cheng Menjing and Shen Jingxian. So what? Xiao simply stopped pretending. She boldly looked straight at Xiao. I just like you. You are mine. You have been since you were young. They took you away. Isn't that enough for me to hate them? What did I do wrong? You. Xiao looked at Xiao's confident look. He really didn't know what to say. Xiao, you aren't young anymore. Can you let Grandpa and second uncle not worry about you? Can they be happy if you do this? Do you want our Xiao family to be as embarrassing as Chao Yuling? Ha ha ha. Xiao suddenly laughed. She laughed forward and back. What do you mean? What's wrong with you, Xiao? Xiao was stunned and a little stunned. Originally, Xiao looked like she was facing death calmly. Why did she suddenly laugh? Ha ha ha, brother, you are so funny. You really have a good imagination. Xiao laughed until she couldn't catch her breath. I like you, but it's the kind of worship for my brother. It's not wrong for me to be angry at Cheng Menjing and Shen Jingxian, but this is also normal. My brother originally loves his sister, but now he loves his girlfriend. There is nothing wrong with this. Then you. Xiao looked at Xiao doubtfully. Don't worry, it's not as serious as you said. I'm just joking. I'm just testing if you're a siscon or not. If you really want to push me down, I won't dare to play with you anymore. Xiao laughed. Gosh, you scared me to death. Xiao was speechless. You are really scaring people. I even hit you. Does it hurt? I know you can't bear to hit me. It doesn't hurt at all. Don't forget that I am also a martial artist. You don't even have the strength of an ordinary person. Xiao laughed indifferently. Next time, don't scare me. You really scared me to death. Xiao sighed. I thought there was something wrong with my sister's heart. You are the one who has a problem. Xiao rolled her eyes at Xiao. Well, I was just joking. If I really had that intention, I would have seduced you when I was sleeping at night. You would have been hooked in your dreams. Why would I wait until now? I have slept with you since I was a child. You still want to say it? Xiao glared. I won't say it anymore. Xiao stuck out her tongue. In fact, the latter words were to lie to Xiao, but Xiao had no choice. She could see that Xiao couldn't accept this relationship for a while, so she didn't say anything about the DNA. If she said it, and Xiao still didn't accept it, then there would be no room to turn back. So Xiao was very smart. She planned to take it step by step. First, she would make the relationship harmonious. It would be best to let Xiao like her a little. At that time, there would be no problem. Gather, let's go. Xiao pointed to the students not far away. Let's go. Xiao nodded. In fact, there was nothing on the mountainside. After most of the students came up, they just took a photo as a souvenir. Then, they walked around and prepared to leave. Seeing that everyone was gathered, Chen Muzhen also organized everyone to go down the mountain. It was easy to go up the mountain, but it was difficult to go down the mountain. First, the slope down the mountain was steep and difficult to walk. Second, everyone's strength was almost exhausted. Brother, I am tired. Carry me. Xiao didn't want to walk anymore. Aren't you a martial artist? Why are you so tired? Xiao didn't believe it. Anyway, just tell me if you want to carry me or not. Xiao said shamelessly. Carry me. Xiao Chen also knew that Xiao Xiao was joking, so he didn't care. He squatted down. Xiao Xiao jumped up happily and hugged Xiao Chen's neck. This feels so much better. Be obedient. Xiao Chen warned. Hee hee. Xiao Xiao smiled mischievously. A group of people went down the mountain. Fortunately, everyone was young, so they weren't particularly tired. So, they quickly returned to the previous resort. Lunch had also begun. Everyone came to the restaurant one after another. They were also very hungry. After the food was served, they wolfed down the food. "Brother, can you help me pick up a scallop? I want to eat it." Xiao Xiao said. "You don't have hands." Xiao Chen said angrily. "You used to help others when you were young." Xiao Xiao also said angrily. "All right." Xiao Chen didn't say anything. He could only pick up the chopsticks and pick up a scallop for Xiao Xiao. "You two are so loving." Chen Muzhen saw it from the opposite side. She smiled and teased, "Thank you for today's matter. Don't mention it. It's nothing." Xiao Chen said with a smile, "We are all classmates. How can we let others bully us when we go out together?" I don't know where Gao Bisi went. He always bragged in class. He said that if we go out to play and encounter trouble, we can look for him. In the end, he disappeared. Chen Muzhen shook her head. This sports committee member is really unreliable. Xiao Chen said. He was dead, so of course, he disappeared. However, he couldn't say this. He believed that the Supernatural Investigation Bureau would handle it. Besides, Wang Chake killed him. It had nothing to do with him. After the meal, it was time to rest. In fact, they could leave. Those who had a car could leave first. Those who didn't have a car, Chen Muzhen would contact the bus in a while. Xiao Chen and Xiao Xiao went upstairs. As they walked, Xiao Chen asked, "Can we go back this time?" "Yes, but I want to sleep. I'm a little tired from climbing the mountain in the morning." Xiao Xiao said, "Brother, can you hug me later?" "Up to you." Xiao Chen really couldn't do anything about Xiao Xiao. The key was that this person was his own sister. They didn't avoid each other. If it was Shen Jingxian, Lu Shuangshuang, or Tang Tang, they couldn't do this. However, this was also something that couldn't be helped. Who asked Xiao Chen to have only one sister? Back in the room, Xiao Xiao quickly took off her clothes and climbed into bed. It was too late for Xiao Chen to say anything. He could only lie next to her and cover her with another quilt. Chapter 726. Can I go to your bed? Xiao Xiao turned over and asked. No, who asked you to not wear anything? Xiao Chen refused sternly. It's just a joke. If you really want me to go, I won't go. What if you become a beast? Xiao Xiao curled her lips. As the two were talking, suddenly there was a commotion downstairs and a person's clamor. Who beat my Nyo family dojo's people? Stand up. Today, I, Nyo Sanpao, promise to make them regret coming to this world. Downstairs of the resort, a huge voice was shouting. Brother, is he calling you? Xiao Xiao also heard it and immediately sat up and asked. As soon as she sat up, the quilt on her body slipped down, and the ravine in front of her chest entered Xiao Chen's eyes. Cough cough. Xiao Chen looked away with difficulty. He reminded himself not to think too much, but he was still a little annoyed. Xiao Xiao, pay attention. Aya, it's an urgent matter. You still care so much. People are coming to settle the score with you. You should go down quickly. Xiao Xiao reminded. I'll go take a look. Xiao Chen could only not look at Xiao Xiao. He opened the window and jumped down from the building. Aya, I'm still naked. I opened the window. It's freezing. Xiao Xiao shrank into the quilt. Where is the coward who beat people in the morning? Do you dare to come out if I call you? Niu Sanpao shouted. Bang! But as soon as his voice fell, he was stepped on. It turned out that Xiao Chen fell from the sky and directly stepped on his head. Aya, damn, who? Who stepped on me? Don't you want to live? How can someone jump off a building? Niu Sanpao got up from the ground and looked at Xiao Chen with some anger. Can you change the place if you want to die? Don't affect others, okay? Tell me, you jumped on my head. Oh, I did it on purpose. Xiao Chen smiled. Are you looking for death? Niu Sanpao was stunned. Oh, right. You wanted to jump off the building and die. You didn't die because you wanted to provoke me and make me kill you, right? I won't fall for it. Get lost, I'm going to find someone. Oh, I am the person you are looking for. Xiao Chen was speechless when he heard Niu Sanpao's words. Why does it seem like there's something wrong with this person's brain? You? Stop bullshitting. You think you can beat Wang Dou? Niu Sanpao sized up Xiao Chen with a look of disbelief. I was the one who hit him. If you have something to say, then say it. If not, then leave. Xiao Chen could also see that this Niu Sanpao was an idiot. He was a martial arts practitioner, yet he did not understand that there was no relationship between a cultivator's level and their physique. You? Niu Sanpao sized up Xiao Chen and said, since you want to take responsibility, then there's nothing more to say. Why did you injure someone from my dojo for no reason? For no reason? Did he tell you that? Xiao Chen asked in amusement. That's right. Niu Sanpao nodded and said, you guys were on the mountain. Because of a small matter, you had a dispute. As a martial arts master, you actually injured a 5th stage martial artist. Don't you think it's too much? I, Niu Sanpao, am also a martial arts master, but I won't casually hit people. Just like just now, when I treated you as an ordinary person, even if you stepped on me, I wouldn't do anything to you because our levels are different. Oh, Xiao Chen smiled and said, you still want to talk about levels with me? I don't want to lie to you. Your subordinate called Wang Dou molested my classmate and said that he wanted my classmate to sleep with him at night. If you don't believe me, you can go back and ask him. Not only that, but he also slept with an ordinary person without any internal strength. That's why I attacked him. If he didn't tell you that, then you are being deceived. Why should I believe you? Niu Sanpao was a little annoyed. You hit someone and even framed Wang Dou. What are your intentions? If I want to kill you, it's as easy as flipping my hand. Xiao Chen said indifferently, the reason why I said so much to you is because your brain isn't very bright, but it's not bad. I'm afraid that you are being deceived. Otherwise, I would have slapped you away. Impossible. Niu Sanpao's eyes widened, you are lying. Why don't you try slapping me away? I am also a 3rd stage martial artist. Oh, do you really want to try? Xiao Chen looked at him and asked. Let's try. I'll stand here, you can slap me. Niu Sanpao said loudly. Oh. Xiao Chen waved his hand, pa. Whoosh, Niu Sanpao flew out and fell heavily on the ground. He didn't get up for a long time. When he got up, he looked at Xiao Chen in shock. You are a demon general? Yes, so if I was unreasonable, I would have beaten you to death a long time ago. Do you think I'm lying to you by spouting so much nonsense? Xiao Chen nodded. That's not it. Niu Sanpao nodded, you are an expert, but you don't even bother to make a move on me. That Wang Dou must have his own problem. I will go back and teach him a lesson. Damn it, he dared to lie to me, see if I don't kill him. Oh, right, I heard that your subordinates often bully people here and don't pay for staying in the resort. You should really manage it. Xiao Chen reminded. Really? Niu Sanpao was stunned, obviously he didn't know about these things. You will know if you investigate. Xiaochen guessed that this person was deceived. With such a boss, the subordinates would definitely obey on the surface but oppose on the inside. This was something that couldn't be helped. Okay, thank you for today's matter. I will definitely repay you in the future. Niu Sanpao cupped his fist. I am from the Wang family of Tianfang, and I manage the business here. Although I don't have much say in the Wang family, if you have a request in the future, I will definitely help to persuade you. Pft, cough cough. Xiaochen listened to Niu Sanpao and almost choked. That's not necessary. I also know him. Wang Fantian is my brother. Xiaochen also said that Wang Tietio wanted to marry Lan Xinxin to him, but it was better not to say this. Ah, it can't be. It turns out that you are a friend of the young master. Niu Sanpao was disrespectful. No wonder you are strong and upright. When Niu Sanpao heard this, he quickly cupped his fists in fear and said, I will definitely discipline my men when I go back. Since you are the young master's friend, you definitely won't lie to me. I will go back and beat these bastards to death. Damn, they made me lose face in front of the young master's friend. Go. Xiaochen waved his hand. Goodbye. Niu Sanpao respectfully cupped his fist, then turned around and left. Xiaochen shook his head. He didn't expect the Niu family martial arts school to be the Wang family's business. It was really a coincidence. It was just that Xiaochen didn't want to have any interaction with the Wang family. It was troublesome enough now. Wang Tietio was stationed at his house. If he didn't agree to this marriage, he really didn't know how to get rid of them. Fortunately, the Xiao family had a big business, and they wouldn't go broke. If they wanted to stay, they could stay. Although the quarrel was quite loud, most of the students who were watching didn't know what was going on. They only saw Xiaochen slap Niu Sanpao and then say a few words. Niu Sanpao was convinced and left. They all admired Xiaochen very much. Even those boys who were unhappy that Xiao found a boyfriend had to admit that Xiaochen was very powerful. At least in terms of strength and character, he was worthy of Xiao, and there was still a gap between them. Xiaochen didn't jump up the stairs in a shocking manner. Instead, he walked up the stairs. Xiaochang, this Niu Sanpao came to look for trouble. Can he come back after he goes back? Chen Muzhen asked with some worry. No, I know the boss behind him. Xiaochen smiled and said, unless he doesn't want to work anymore. That's good. Chen Muzhen nodded. Today's matter was successfully solved with Xiaochen's help. He was also very happy. Chen Muzhen and Xiaochen went upstairs. Xiaochen returned to his room, and Chen Muzhen also left. As soon as he entered the door, he saw that Xiao had already put on her clothes. Hey! You're quite quick this time. You didn't put on your clothes in front of me. Xiaochen was a little surprised. Do you really think she wants to seduce you? Xiao said angrily, it's just a coincidence. I didn't avoid you too much. I let you take advantage of me a few times. How can there be a good thing every time? She's not your wife. You go and look for Tang and Shen Jingxian. Well, then I'll go to Tang's place tonight. Xiaochen smiled and said. No. Xiao immediately said, you have to accompany me. If you want to see, go and see during the day. I'm busy during the day. I don't have time. Xiaochen smiled bitterly. Besides, it's not right to lock Tang and Xiao family in the same room during the day. I don't care. Xiao picked up the small bag. Let's go home. Let's go. Xiaochen nodded. When they returned to the Xiao family, Xiaochen was stopped by Wang Tietio. Grandpa Wang, what's the matter? Xiaochen felt guilty when he saw this person. Do you agree or not? You're hiding again, aren't you? Hurry up and settle the marriage, then I can go back. Wang Tietio said, your place is really cold. I'm freezing to death every day. Oh, if Grandpa Wang feels cold, you can go back first. As for the marriage, we'll discuss it later. Xiaochen said. Oh, you're right. Wang Tietio nodded in agreement. Right? Xiaochen was overjoyed. Did Wang Tietio change his nature? Or did he finally couldn't stand the cold weather here and wanted to go home? Yeah, you've ked my granddaughter, then we should discuss it. Wang Tietio said. Puff. Cough, cough, cough. Xiaochen listened to this and almost vomited blood. He looked at Wang Tietio in shock. He couldn't believe that Wang Tietio could say such a thing. Why are you looking at me? Isn't this what you said? Let's talk about it later. Now is the future. You say it. Wang Tietio asked as a matter of course. I think we can get along with each other first. Xiaochen looked at Wang Tietio with a headache. Oh, then you think about it again. I'll stay for 2 more days. It's good here. If it's not cold, how can I smell the fragrance of plum blossoms? Wang Tietio nodded and turned away. Chapter 727. AI. Xiaochen sighed. Brother, is there something going on between you and Lan Xinxin? Why is the Wang family relying on you? Xiao was puzzled. She felt that the Wang family was making a mountain out of a molehill. The Wang family was a real martial arts family. Their granddaughter didn't have anything going on with Xiaochen. Even if she did, it wasn't like she couldn't get married. Didn't you see that little bitch, Chao Yuling, married well? So Xiao was puzzled. Is there something wrong with the Wang family? It's okay. Xiaochen smiled bitterly. I'm not as close to her as you are. Oh, that's not right. We both slept together. It's not as close as me. We hugged, right? Xiao suddenly said. That's not the case at all. Xiaochen said, I'm confused by you. I really have nothing to do with her. Oh, so the Wang family wants to rely on you? Xiao nodded. They probably think that you are very powerful, so they want to dominate you. What's so powerful about me? Xiaochen shook his head. The other party is a real martial arts family. Our Xiao family is an ordinary family. But you even dared to kill people from the Qishan sect. Xiao said. I didn't kill them at that time. Xiaochen suddenly smiled bitterly. That's really strange. Xiao was also a little puzzled. What is going on? After thinking about it, she couldn't figure it out. She simply stopped thinking about it. Anyway, you are going to sneak away soon. Don't care about them then. I don't believe they will stay here forever. Xiao knew that Xiaochen was leaving, so she didn't take the Wang family's matter seriously. Since Xiaochen didn't agree, she just ignored it. Xiao wouldn't be jealous of Lan Xinxin. Well, tell Grandpa and second uncle that I will leave tomorrow morning. Xiaochen sighed. I have to sneak away because I'm afraid that the Wang family will follow me. In fact, Xiaochen still had some regrets. This time, he basically accompanied everyone but Tang. However, time was tight. Xiao still pestered him at home, which made Xiaochen feel a little sorry for her. Xiao seemed to see something. She hesitated and said with a smile, tonight, you can accompany Tang. I will go to Lan City to find you when I'm free. Xiao said. Xiao? Xiaochen was startled, but he saw that Xiao had already turned around and left, leaving only her graceful back view. He had to admit that Xiao's figure was extremely good, but Xiaochen didn't dare to be interested. Since he had gotten Xiao's approval, since when did he need her permission to pick up girls? Xiaochen walked to Tang's room gloomily. Xiaochen pushed the door directly and walked in. He didn't need to avoid Yu Xiaochuan or Tang Tang. But what he saw shocked him. He saw Yu Xiaochuan sneakily putting on a skirt. After being caught by Xiaochen, Yu Xiaochuan's face immediately turned red. She was a little embarrassed, but she still asked, "Brother Xiao, do I look good in this dress? Where did you get this dress? Are you crazy?" Xiaochen was suddenly scared. "Yu Xiaochuan, are you okay?" "Huh, I just thought that this dress looked good, so I bought it." He. Yu Xiaochuan was a little embarrassed. "I'll go and change it back." "No need. You continue. I'm going to find Tang Tang." Xiaochen didn't know what to say, so he simply didn't say it. "Oh, Tang Tang is in that room. You go ahead, Brother Xiao. I'll continue to study." Yu Xiaochuan saw that Xiaochen didn't force him to take it off, so he said happily. Xiaochen shook his head and came to the door of Tang Tang's room. He didn't expect the door to be locked. He was slightly surprised and knocked on the door. "Sister Yu, what's the matter?" Tang Tang asked. "Sister Yu?" Xiaochen suddenly sweated. What kind of names do these two people have in private? He could only say, "It's me, Xiaochen. Can I come in by myself?" Come in." Tang Tang's voice suddenly sounded a little surprised. Xiaochen opened the door and entered the room. He saw Tang Tang lying on the bed reading a book. When she saw Xiaochen coming in, she put the book aside and smiled. "You finally have time to see me?" Don't mention it. I've been too busy these days." Xiaochen smiled bitterly. "Are you busy living with Xiao Xiao?" Tang Tang glanced at Xiaochen. "The relationship between you two siblings is really good." "Sweat, don't talk nonsense. We have been together since childhood. There is nothing taboo. How can I live with her?" Xiaochen quickly explained, "Tang Tang, don't think too much." "I didn't think too much. Now that I think about it, that card was given to me by Xiao Xiao, right? She is really good to you." "I asked Sister Yu later. He said that he didn't give it to you." Tang Tang said. "Why do you call him Sister Yu?" Xiaochen felt awkward listening to this address. He also changed the topic. He didn't want to talk about Xiao Xiao. In fact, he also had a little headache. Although Xiao Xiao had explained that she was just joking, Xiaochen always felt that something was wrong when he thought about it. He asked for it himself. "I thought he was a sissy, so I called him that." Tang Tang shrugged. "Right, what are you doing here?" "What else can I do here?" "Of course, it's because I miss you," Xiaochen said and wanted to hug Tang Tang. But Tang Tang gently pushed him away. "Xiaochen, come here. Let's talk." Xiaochen was slightly stunned. He looked at Tang Tang strangely. "Talk?" "Yeah, we haven't talked for a long time. Even if we meet, it's just a quick face-to-face meeting." Tang Tang sighed and said, "Since you stand in front of everyone, you can't be as idle as before." "That's true, but it's inevitable." Xiaochen nodded. "During this time, I'm really sorry for you. You were at home, but there was no chance to see each other." "It's nothing. Gradually, I got used to it." Tang Tang's eyes were a little confused. She turned to look at Xiaochen. She was a little reluctant, but with a trace of determination. "Xiaochen, let's break up, After listening to Tang Tang's words, Xiaochen was suddenly shocked. He looked at her in amazement. His face was full of disbelief. "Tang Tang, what did you say? Break up? What do you mean? You don't like me anymore?" "It's not that I don't like you." Tang Tang shook her head, and a touch of pain flashed across her face. "In fact, I feel that our hearts have gradually drifted apart." I feel that I don't know you at all. And you are completely different from the Xiaochen that I first fell in love with. Now you almost stand at the top of these aristocratic families, the true martial arts aristocratic family, and I'm just an ordinary woman who sacrificed for the interests of the family. I don't think we have anything in common. Even if we meet now, I don't know what to say. Xiaochen was a little sad, and his heart was full of regret. Tang Tang was right. Since she went back to the Yu family to unite by marriage, the communication between the two became less and less. Even if they met, they would do some ambiguous things and then say goodbye in a hurry. There was no time for a real heart-to-heart talk. At first, when I knew that you were White Fox, I was very happy, very happy. But after that excitement and happiness passed, I still miss the previous days. I like the life when I struggled with you and sold breakfast together. Tang Tang's words were full of sadness. I'm an ordinary girl, and I still like some ordinary life. Your current life is too gorgeous and too cold. I can't accept it. After listening to Tang Tang's words, Xiaochen's heart could not help but sink. He sighed with some pain. Tang Tang, in fact, I also like the previous ordinary life. But now, some things are beyond my control. I can't not move forward. But I don't think this is a barrier between us. I'm actually still me. If you like it, when I come back, we can continue to go to the morning market to sell fried dough sticks. Forget it. Tang Tang shook her head. If I go there again, I won't have the same mood as before. Now that I have money, I don't care whether I sell more or less, and I won't have the same excitement as before. Tang Tang, do you still want to break up? Xiaochen asked a little nervously. If you can't tell right from wrong, then so be it. What else can I do? Tang Tang's body fell on Xiaochen's body. Anyway, I'm now Sister Yu's wife. It doesn't matter whether we break up or not. If you want to occupy me, just do it. Maybe during this time, my own mentality is not good. I'll adjust it. In fact, you don't need to adjust. Do what you want to do. How about I talk to you Xiaochuan and let you go back to school? Xiaochen suggested. Forget about going to school. You're not here anymore. It's meaningless for me to go back. Tang Tang shook her head. Then why do you still want to break up? You're relying on me to survive now. Before, without me, you were still doing well in school. Xiaochen smiled. That's true. Then let's not break up. Tang Tang smiled. I found that we still have common topics. Otherwise, how can we talk so much? Xiaochen hugged Tang Tang. And, so I said that maybe I was too lonely during this time. Yu Xiaochuan and I talked about some women's topics all day long, such as beautiful clothes and cosmetics. But you know, I'm a tomboy. I don't like those things at all. I'm so annoyed by this guy. Tang Tang patted her forehead. I really don't know what he's thinking. Now he's just like a woman. Maybe he's practicing martial arts. Xiaochen also saw it. But this way, I'm more relieved. At least you're not in danger, and he won't do anything to you. I'm not in danger, but I'm afraid that you're in danger. Tang Tang said, I feel that Yu Xiaochuan seems to like you. Puff. No way. Xiaochen was shocked. Forget it. Maybe I'm thinking too much. See for yourself. Tang Tang didn't continue this topic. Come on, let's make out. Can't you wait? Chapter 728. I was scared by you. How can I be intimate? Xiaochen smiled bitterly. You want to break up with me as soon as I come. That doesn't affect our intimacy. You can look for me even if you break up. Anyway, I can only be with you in this life. Tang Tang spread her hands and said, Who asked me to marry you Xiaochuan? Forget it. I wanted to officially push you down today to live up to my bet with you Xiaochuan, but now that I think about it, you should consider it thoroughly. Xiaochen said solemnly, I don't want you to regret it in the future. Oh? You're really not coming? Tang Tang was a little surprised. Haven't you been waiting for this day for a long time? I'm still waiting. I'll continue to wait, said Xiaochen. Then forget it. Tang Tang smiled. However, you're still the same as before. What do you think? Xiaochen suddenly asked sneakily. Before? Like before? Tang Tang smiled faintly. What do you think? Xiaochen squinted his eyes. Humph, go take a shower. I knew you didn't have any good intentions. Tang Tang kicked Xiaochen. Xiaochen went to take a shower happily. In the early morning of the next day, Xiaochen quietly left the Xiao family. He didn't say goodbye because he was afraid that Wang Tietio would chase after him. At this moment, he was already on the highway to Lan City. Where's that kid Xiaochen today? Why didn't I see him? Wang Tietio came to the Xiao family's dining room and saw that Xiao Xiao, Yu Xiaochuan, and Tang Tang were all there, but he didn't see Xiaochen. Did he go to some class reunion again? I don't know. Xiao Xiao said, if you want to find him, ask him yourself. Forget it. I'll see how many class reunions he can attend. I don't believe that he will hide from me forever. Wang Tietio waved his hand and drank the porridge indifferently. Huh, Elder Wang, it's the young people's business. It's better for them to solve it themselves. It's not good for you to rush them like this. Xiao Yuanshan saw that his own grandson was so popular, and was very happy. If it was in the past, he would have died of happiness if there was a marriage alliance with the true martial family. But now it was better for Xiaochen to make his own decisions, and he would not interfere. He was not afraid of Wang Tietio's family eating and living here, but it was not the case. Forget it, it's not your granddaughter anymore. If your granddaughter was ked by someone, you'd be worried to death. Wang Tietio glared and said angrily, you want to chase me away? No way. This old man will be stationed here. Right, run? Wang Benben did not dare to speak carelessly. He could only echo from the side, we will follow Lord Father's decision. You see, our whole family has the same opinion, so old man Xiao, you don't have to think about it. Wang Tietio said proudly, I'm not leaving, I'm going to piss you off. Why should I be angry? I'm more than happy that my grandson has a few more wives. Xiao Yuanshan curled his lips, our Xiao family's marriage is to add people to the family. I'm even happier that you sent Lan Xinxin over. Then you persuade your grandson. Wang Tietio directly climbed up the pole. Okay, I'll persuade. Xiao Yuanshan thought to himself, I really shouldn't have said so much. At this time, Xiaochen had already arrived at Lan City. He exited the toll station of the highway and drove into the city. He was about to go to the previous community, but when he turned around, Su Chuxia and the others had already moved to a new house, so he said to Xiama, you lead the way. Okay. And Xiamo responded and flew out. However, in Xiao Chen's car, she did not scare the passers-by. This was a newly built community. Although the location was a little remote, the construction was unusually beautiful. No wonder so many people bought houses here. However, as soon as he entered the community, Xiaochen could clearly feel that the popularity here was not high. It was not that it was deserted, because there were still many cars parked in the parking lot, but he felt that there was a lack of popularity. This situation was very mysterious. Things like popularity could not be seen or touched. Sometimes, you could measure and observe, but you couldn't find any problems at all. But many times, when you go to a place, even if there was no one there, you would feel that it was full of vitality. But when you go to another place, even if there were people there, you would still feel very cold and lonely. This was the so-called popularity. Xiaochen was a cultivator, so he was more sensitive. But from the perspective of cultivation, it was a lack of yang qi here, and the yin qi was very heavy. It was not unreasonable to say that this land was originally a graveyard. To gather popularity here again, it was not something that could be done overnight. It had to be accumulated over many years, and more people lived here for the popularity to rise. And such a place with heavy yin qi was not good for Xiaochen's cultivation, but for some evil cultivators or yin cultivators, it was an excellent place. After parking the car below Su Chuxia and Tian Sauer, Xiaochen got into the elevator. There was nothing special in the elevator. Xiaochen deliberately tried to sense it, but he did not feel anything. He stopped at Su Chuxia's floor. Along the way, he did not find anything wrong, probably because it was daytime. Xiaochen knocked on the door, and soon, Su Chuxia's vigilant voice came from inside. "Who is it?" "It's me, Xiaochen," Xiaochen said. "Xiaochen?" Su Chuxia was stunned. "Oh, Xiaochang," Xiaochen said with a smile. "Gotcha." The door opened, and Su Chuxia was surprised. "Xiaochang, it's you. Why are you here suddenly? Didn't we agree that I would help you catch ghosts after the new year?" Xiaochen said with a smile, "How is it? Are there any ghosts recently?" "Sigh, don't mention it. There's no ghost during the day, but at night, there's still the sound of the elevator. Sauer and I don't dare to go out." Su Chuxia complained. "But you don't say. When Little Demon was here in the past, we didn't have a problem going out at night. It seems that thing is very afraid of Little Demon." "Oh?" Xiaochen frowned. If it was afraid of Little Demon, then it shouldn't be some demon or ghost. Could it be that it was really his guess that there were evil cultivators or yin cultivators causing trouble? However, its strength should not be as powerful as Little Demon, so it was afraid of Little Demon. Of course, it could not be ruled out that the thing did not want to have a conflict with Little Demon. "Sauer, look who's here!" Su Chuxia shouted. "This guy is really too much. He can't stop playing." "What is she playing?" Xiaochen was a little curious. "Mobile games. We can't go out these 2 days. Firstly, we are afraid of the strange elevator. Secondly, we are afraid that the Real Yang Jiannan will cause trouble for us. So, Sauer and I usually don't go out. She's addicted to mobile games." Su Chuxia complained. "She's playing all day. You don't have to worry about Yang Jiannan. This time, I killed the real one and burned it to ashes. I've become Yang Jiannan again." Xiaochen smiled. "You won't find the wrong person this time." You killed him? Will there be any problems?" Su Chuxia was a little surprised. "It's fine. It's very tight. You don't have to worry about this. So, my current identity is still the Supernatural Investigation Bureau." Xiaochen said, "Let's go and see Sauer. This girl is so good at playing." The two of them walked into the bedroom. Xiaochen suddenly blushed. He did not expect Tian Suruan to be upside down. Most importantly, he was dressed very skimpily. He only wore a small white underwear on his lower body and a small vest on his upper body, which only covered his chest. And in this position, the 2 lumps of flesh on her chest were about to fall out of the collar of the tank top. She used her head to support her body and leaned against the wall. She was playing with her phone happily in her hand. No wonder she couldn't hear anything. She was wearing earphones. "Sauer." Su Chuxia walked over angrily and snatched her phone. Chuxia, what are you doing?" Tian Sauer was playing happily. "Give it to me quickly. I'm PK with someone. Don't kill me. What are you wearing at home? Are you crazy? Look who's here." Su Chuxia said angrily. Who's here?" Tian Sauer looked at Su Chuxia's side in a daze and saw Xiao Chen upside down. Xiao Chang, you're here. Why are you still standing upside down? Are we doing 69 moves? Sauer. Su Chuxia was even more annoyed. What nonsense are you talking about? It's Sister Sauer's boyfriend. Chuxia, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. What's the big deal? I'm showing it to him. I'm not showing it to anyone else. Seriously. Tian Suruan returned to normal from her handstand position. Then, she stretched out her hands and stuffed her breasts to the left and right, adjusting them to the most comfortable position. Then, she said, Xiao Chang, you're finally here. That's great. Will you stay with us this time? I'm here to catch ghosts. I can't stay here forever. I still have a mission with the Supernatural Investigation Bureau. Xiao Chen said, I killed the Real Yang Jiannan. This time, I'm Yang Jiannan again. Ah, you're going back again. Tian Sauer rolled her eyes and said to Su Chuxia, Chuxia, why don't you tell your father that there are still people who want to attack and kidnap you? Ask him to apply to the Supernatural Investigation Bureau and let Xiao Chang protect us. What do you think? What nonsense are you thinking? Su Chuxia glared at her. Can your thoughts be more normal? They won't investigate whether there are people with bad intentions or not. You can't just say things like that. Sigh, all right. Tian Sauer was a little depressed. I'm just saying it casually. Chuxia, can you not mock me? I'm not really stupid. I don't think you're smart either. Su Chuxia snorted. Hurry up and put on your clothes. All right, all right. Tian Sauer slowly opened the closet and started looking for clothes. Xiao Chen was a little embarrassed. He looked at Tian Sauer's swaying butt and turned around to return to the living room. Su Chuxia followed him out and looked at Xiao Chen with some admiration. You're not bad. You're not lecherous. You're different from Yang Jiannan. Chapter 729. That's because Sauer and I aren't a real couple. If we were, I wouldn't have avoided it, Xiao Chen said. It's not that I'm not lustful, but I have self-control. Who wouldn't want to see it? Huh? Su Chuxia was a little surprised. She didn't expect Xiao Chen to say that. You're really interesting. It's not interesting. It's the truth. I don't want to lie to you. Xiao Chen shrugged. You and Saori are both good girls. Although it was a quest, it was quite satisfying to chase after you. Really? Su Chuxia's eyes lit up. Of course it's true. Xiao Chen nodded with certainty. I thought there was something wrong with your taste. You only like Sauer and not me. Su Chuxia was a little happy. Why? You're happy that I'm pursuing you? Weren't you very annoying before? Xiao Chen was a little confused. I didn't understand you before. There were too many people pursuing me. Who knew what they were thinking? Su Chuxia shook her head and sighed. Actually, I'm a normal girl. I like people who are sincerely pursuing me. Of course, I don't have anyone. Okay, you'll definitely find a boyfriend who likes you and treats you well. Xiao Chen wished her well. I hope so. Let's not talk about this. Su Chuxia didn't want to continue this topic. She changed the topic. What do you plan to do? Are you going to continue pretending to be in the Supernatural Investigation Bureau? It's such a dangerous job. It's a kind of training. Also, I'm going to repay someone. Xiao Chen was talking about Xia Zhili. Staying in the Supernatural Investigation Bureau was mostly to help Xia Zhili. Su Chuxia nodded and didn't ask any more questions. At this time, Tian Suruan had already put on his clothes and ran out. Xiao Chang, are you treating us to dinner? How long will you stay in Lan City? Su Chuxia asked. I'll see how it goes. I'll solve your problem. Xiaochen didn't know where he would go next, but there would definitely be a lot of things to do in the Supernatural Investigation Bureau. He would just have to see how things would be arranged. Su Chuxia nodded. By then, Tian Suruan had already put on a new set of clothes. He had even combed his hair into a bun. Are you going for a blind date or a meal? Su Chuxia said angrily as she looked at the gorgeously dressed Tian Suruan. I'm on a date with my boyfriend. Tian Sour said matter-of-factly, I have to dress up prettier. Aya, you've never been in love before, so you won't understand Sister Sour's feelings. You're saying that I've never been in love, as if you have. Don't forget that the relationship between you and Xiao Chang was fake. Su Chuxia glared at her. Aya. Anyway, fake can be real, real can be fake, real can be fake, real can be fake, fake can be real. Tian Soran said seriously, am I being philosophical? I can't be bothered with you. Su Chuxia put on her jacket. Let's go. What are you eating? Xiaochen asked as he walked. Hey, Xiao Chang, you should be asking Sister Sour. Why are you asking Chuxia? I'm your girlfriend. Tian Soran said unhappily. It's precisely because you're my girlfriend that when there are outsiders around, we should let the outsiders come first. Xiaochen smiled. That's true. Chuxia, what do you want to eat? Tian Soran turned to look at Su Chuxia. I can't be bothered with you guys. Su Chuxia rolled her eyes at Xiaochen. You're crazy with her too. The three of them went out the door and got into the elevator. Xiaochen deliberately looked around for a long time, but he didn't find anything wrong with the elevator. It should be a normal elevator. He didn't know if those magical and strange phenomena were real or if there was a problem with the elevator circuit. They arrived at the first floor smoothly. Xiaochen looked at the elevator behind him, then shook his head and asked, by the way, what happened to the security guard? I heard that he recovered, but he doesn't dare to come to work anymore. He has already resigned. Now that the news has spread, no one dares to work here. The property management can't do anything about it. They said that they are hiring. Su Chuxia was also a little helpless. After all, this couldn't be helped. Xiaochen nodded. He felt a little strange in his heart. This ghost didn't seem to be a bad ghost. He didn't know what the ghost's purpose was. If it really wanted to harm people, the security guard wouldn't have just been scared. Did anything strange happen after that? Xiaochen asked. No, but many of the residents in this building moved out. They didn't dare to live here anymore. Many people went to check out, but the developer didn't agree. After all, from a legal point of view, you can't prove that this place is haunted. After all, it's a first-hand house. It's difficult to determine that it's a haunted house. Su Chuxia shrugged. I'm really unlucky to buy such a house. It's okay. Even if it's a haunted house, it can't be fierce with me around. I'm even fiercer than him. Xiaochen really wasn't bragging. He could even subdue a demon like an little demon. Why would he be afraid of ghosts? Anyway, there have been a lot of people who want to sell their houses recently. They've all contacted an agent. It's just that the news here has spread, so no one wants to buy it at all. Even the agent doesn't want to cause trouble because of this. Even if there are people who don't understand and want to look at the house, they will tell in advance about the strange phenomenon here, Su Chuxia explained. Oh, if you have money, you can buy back all the houses that are about to be sold at a low price. Then you can make a lot of money. Xiaochen said. Forget it. What if I can't sell it? Besides, I don't have that much money. Su Chuxia shook her head. There's money to be made. Can Sister Sour buy it? Tian Sour was interested. Sister Sour Sour doesn't have a source of income. She's very poor. It would be great if she could make a fortune. Sure. I'll give you the gold. You can sell it. It should be enough to exchange for money, Xiaofan said. Okay. I'll buy it later. Tian Sour Sour seemed to trust Xiaofan very much. She was ready to take action. Don't cry when the time comes. Su Chuxia warned. No, Xiaochang can't trick me. Tian Sour Sour didn't care at all. Up to you then. Su Chuxia felt that with Xiaochen's support, it would be difficult to stop Tian Sour even if she said anything, so she might as well not say it. You guys are out? As they spoke, they saw a woman in her 40s who greeted Su Chuxia. Auntie Wang, did you just come back? Su Chuxia greeted her. What do you mean by going out? I came back to get some things. I've already moved out, and there are still some things that I haven't taken. If I didn't drive back to get them, I'd like to sell the house at a low price. I really can't live here anymore. It's too scary. Auntie Wang shook her head and said, "Oh right, Xiao Su, do you still dare to live here? We don't have a place to live, and this place might not be haunted. Maybe it'll be better after a while." Su Chuxia could only hint. Auntie Wang was usually quite friendly to her. Forget it. I can't wait any longer. Let's sell it as soon as possible. I don't need the money. I came here to live in peace, but now it seems even scarier. Auntie Wang shook her head and said decisively. Oh. Auntie Wang, how much do you want to sell it for? Tian Sour Sour asked. Why, you want to buy it? Auntie Wang was stunned and looked at Tian Sour Sour suspiciously. Yes, I want to buy it myself. Tian Sour Sour nodded. Don't you live with Xiao Su? You still dare to buy it? Auntie Wang was a little surprised. You girls are really bold enough. It's fine if Xiao Su doesn't move away, but you still want to buy it. Auntie Wang can't cheat you. Don't buy it here. I just want to be neighbors with Chuxia. Tian Sour Sour said, besides, maybe it won't be haunted in a few days. That's up to you. When I bought this house, I spent 800,000 yuan. Now I'm selling it for 500,000 yuan. If you want to buy it, you don't need to pay the intermediary fee. Let's deal directly. Auntie Wang said, I'm also giving you a base price. Take the money and I'll leave. Oh, okay, then I'll go out to eat dinner. I'll buy it when I come back. Auntie Wang, you wait for me here. Tian Sour Sour said. Alright, then I'll eat something nearby after I get my things. Auntie Wang nodded. To be honest, she was really a little surprised that the house could be sold. In her opinion, even if it was cheaper by 300,000 yuan, it might not be sold well if it was listed in the intermediary. After all, in this building, she wasn't the only one selling houses. No one had heard of anyone selling. How could it be her turn? You guys wait for me. I'll go back to get the gold. Tian Sour Sour said as he ran into the unit door with Auntie Wang. Su Chuxia shook her head. You're just bewitching her with some inexplicable things. What if you lose? You still don't believe me? Xiaochen smiled and said, if I say I can solve it, then I can naturally solve it. Well, you and Sour Sour are really alike. I even thought you two were really a couple. Su Chuxia sighed. Isn't this a good opportunity to make a fortune? I see that you and Sour Sour's life isn't very rich. She still needs to rely on you to survive. It's just a convenient opportunity. Why not? Xiaochen said. That's true. Sour is really quite pitiful. She left home and has been alone. In fact, even though she is careless, I also know that she doesn't want to spend my money. She definitely won't feel comfortable relying on me every month. Su Chuxia nodded. Hey, your name is Sour, right? Why did you come in? Auntie Wang pressed the elevator button and saw Tian Sour next to her. She asked with some surprise. I also went upstairs to get something. Tian Sour said, Auntie Wang, are you really selling the house? What if it's not haunted after a few days? Isn't it a loss? I'm afraid that I'll cheat you. Auntie Wang shook her head and said, to be honest, if it's not really haunted, why would I sell it? But you want to buy it. After all, we are neighbors. I feel bad about it. It's okay. I'm buying it for the future appreciation. Tian Sour said, and I'm willing to buy it. Auntie Wang, you don't have to worry. Chapter 730. Okay, then I'll wait for you. Auntie Wang saw the light of the elevator and suddenly froze. She had pressed the button just now. Why didn't the elevator come yet? Why was it so slow? The two of them paid attention and then understood what was going on. They saw that the elevator actually stopped on every floor, from the 23rd floor to the 22nd floor, 21st, 20th. It stopped on every floor. What's going on? Auntie Wang was shocked. There shouldn't be many households here. Why are there so many people calling for the elevator? That's not right. There's no one else on my floor. Why did it stop? Tian Suruan also noticed the problem and suddenly felt a chill down her spine. Could it be haunted again? Auntie Wang was also in a cold sweat. I came back to pick up my things during the day. Why am I so unlucky? Is someone playing a prank in the elevator? Although Tian Suruan said so, it was obvious that she was very nervous. It's daytime. Who would be so bored? Besides, it's haunted. Who dares to play in the elevator? Auntie Wang was a little trembling. Suruan, there's really something wrong with this house. I advise you not to buy it. I'll buy it. Tian Suruan was also very scared, but when she thought of how certain Xiaofan was, she was relieved. After a while, the elevator finally came down. However, after the elevator door opened, the two of them were shocked to find that there was no one in the elevator. There was no one at all. This made the two of them dumbfounded. Are we still going up? Auntie Wang was a little timid. Let's go. We're all here. Tian Suruan was quite courageous. Then let's go. Auntie Wang braced herself and said. The two of them entered the elevator and pressed the floor. The elevator slowly went up. However, when they reached the second floor, the elevator suddenly stopped, which made the two of them shocked. Suruan, did you press the wrong floor? Auntie Wang asked nervously. Because it was Suruan who pressed the floor before, she thought that Suruan pressed the wrong floor. No. Tian Suruan shook her head. Then, this is. Before Auntie Wang finished her words, the door of the elevator opened quietly, but there was no one outside the elevator. She could even see the property arrears reminder on the door of the house opposite the elevator, which meant that there was no one in this house. A gust of cold wind blew in, causing the two of them to shiver. Even the bold Tian Sourso could not help but change his expression. The elevator door opened for a while before it closed automatically. However, at the moment when it closed, there seemed to be faint footsteps. Click, click, what's that sound? Auntie Wang exclaimed subconsciously, and her heart almost jumped out. I don't think it's anything. It's just the mechanical sound of the elevator closing. Tian Sour comforted him. In fact, he was also trying to justify himself and comfort himself. Oh, maybe. Auntie Wang breathed a sigh of relief, thinking that the sound might be the mechanical sound of the elevator closing. After a while, the elevator slowly rose. However, Just as they breathed a sigh of relief, the elevator stopped on the third floor. The elevator door opened slowly. Although they were prepared, when they saw that there was still no one outside, their faces were still pale. Is there something wrong with the elevator again? Tian Sourso couldn't help but say to himself. Maybe it's broken? Auntie Wang could only explain in this way to be at ease. The elevator door closed slowly again. There seemed to be footsteps outside, which seemed to be coming from the stairwell. It seemed that someone was going upstairs. The two of them were stunned. The elevator door had closed, and the elevator rose again. This time, the two of them heard it clearly. It should be the footsteps of someone walking, and it seemed to be a woman's voice in high heels. Sourso, let's go downstairs. It's too scary. I don't want my things anymore. Auntie Wang was trembling. Maybe someone is playing a prank. She ran to the second or third floor to call the elevator, but she didn't come up. I guess she is waiting for us on the fourth floor, and then she will go to the fifth floor. Tian Sourso comforted her. Maybe. After listening to Tian Sourso's explanation, Auntie Wang also felt that it was reasonable. If that was the case, it could be explained. However, both of them actually understood in their hearts. How could a normal person run so fast? Go to the next floor and call the elevator in advance? What kind of speed is this? It's simply, like a ghost. And the footsteps weren't fast, so, however, both of them didn't want to think about it, and they didn't want to think about it. What they wanted was to go to the floor as soon as possible, take the things, and come back quickly. On the fourth floor, the elevator door opened as expected. There was still no one. When the door closed, they heard the footsteps. Gradually, the two of them were a little numb to the next few floors. It was the same on every floor, but no other strange things happened. Finally, they arrived at Auntie Wang's floor. She wanted to get off the elevator first, but she didn't dare to. Standing in the elevator, she lifted her legs several times, but she didn't dare to step out. The elevator door soon exceeded the time limit, and it slowly closed. Auntie Wang might have deliberately delayed until the elevator door closed, but she didn't go out. Instead, she felt relieved. She really didn't want to get the things. It was just a few clothes. She was rich, so she didn't need it. If she lost her life, it would be sad. However, after the elevator door closed, the elevator didn't go up immediately. The strangest thing was that she didn't hear the footsteps at the same time. Auntie Wang wanted to ask Tian Suruan if she heard it, but the elevator door slowly opened again. It was as if the elevator knew that Auntie Wang wanted to get off but didn't have time. The elevator door opened again for her. Ah! Auntie Wang was shocked. Suruan, did you press it? No. Tian Suruan shook her head. She had been standing far away from the elevator door. Even if she pressed it, it was too late. Auntie Wang looked at Tian Suruan's position and knew that it wasn't her. She was even more shocked. Although the elevator door opened again, she didn't dare to go out again. Click, click. As the elevator door closed again, a gust of cold wind swept past, and the footsteps sounded again. It seemed that this person was waiting for Auntie Wang to go out. Seeing that Auntie Wang didn't go out twice, he had no choice but to leave. Is he waiting for me? Auntie Wang was shocked. Luckily, I didn't go out. If I went out, wouldn't I die? Tian Suruan was also scared out of her wits. She kept saying in her heart, Xiao Chang, you can't lie to me. It's really okay, right? Yes, it's definitely okay. The next stop of the elevator was Su Chuxia's home. When the elevator doors opened, Tian Souring rushed out without a second thought. She wanted to see if there was anything strange outside. Hey! Suruan, you went out? Auntie Wang was stunned. She didn't dare to stay in the elevator alone, so she hurriedly followed. However, there was no one outside, and there was nothing else. Other than the eerie corridor, she couldn't see anything else. As for the stairwell, Tian Suruan didn't dare to go there. Instead, she quickly opened the door. She and Auntie Wang entered the door. Just as the door was closed, Tian Suruan seemed to hear click, click, footsteps coming from outside the door again. Oh my God, I was scared to death. I'm never coming back. As soon as Auntie Wang entered the door, she sat on the chair at the door and panted. Suruan, what are you taking? Hurry up, let's go. It's too scary here. Oh, okay. Tian Suruan went to get the gold. It was a small bag, and from the outside, they couldn't tell what it was. When the two of them went out, they were surprised to find that the elevator went up and didn't stop at this floor. Logically speaking, it was only a short while, so the elevator shouldn't have moved. What surprised the two of them was that the elevator was still moving like before. It stopped at every floor along the way, and finally stopped at the top floor. Tian Suruan pressed the button to call the elevator. Unexpectedly, this time, the elevator went down smoothly, and it didn't stop in the middle. The elevator door slowly opened, and Auntie Wang subconsciously took 2 steps back, afraid that there was something in the elevator, but there was nothing. The two of them walked into the elevator and pressed the button for the first floor. Just as the elevator door was about to close, the footsteps sounded again. Kata, kata. This time, it was different from before. Previously, it went from loud to soft, but this time, it seemed to be from far to near. It seemed like someone was walking towards the elevator. However, the elevator door was already closed, and they couldn't see what was happening outside. The elevator began to go down. Is there someone outside? Auntie Wang was already nervous. I don't know. Tian Suruan shook his head. This time, to their delight, the elevator went down smoothly to the first floor. The door opened, and the two of them quickly rushed out. When they got out of the unit, they saw Su Chuxia and Xiao Chen, who were a little anxious. Suruan, why are you so slow? Su Chuxia asked. Don't mention it. The elevator is broken again. It has to stop at every floor, and then there are strange footsteps. Tian Suruan complained. Even during the day? Xiao Chen was a little surprised. Didn't they say that there were no such things during the day? I don't know. Auntie Wang was there just now. Anyway, it's scary enough, Tian Suruan said. Yeah, I'm not going to get anything. Suruan, do you still want to buy this apartment? Don't force yourself. Auntie Wang isn't unreasonable. It's too scary. Oh my God, what the hell is this place? Auntie Wang seemed to have survived a disaster. She looked at the sunshine outside very pleasantly. Bye. Tian Suruan nodded. You child, how about this? Auntie Wang can make it cheaper. I'll give you 400,000 yuan. After you buy it, don't scold Auntie Wang behind her back. Auntie Wang was really scared. Thank you, Auntie Wang. Looking at the car that Auntie Wang drove, it was a white Maserati CEO. She probably didn't lack money, so Tian Suruan didn't argue anymore. Auntie Wang is going to drink some hot tea to calm down. If you want to buy it, call Auntie Wang. Auntie Wang will wait for you until the afternoon. Anyway, I won't go upstairs. I've already given you the things upstairs. If you don't want them, just throw them away. Auntie Wang would never take the elevator again. Chapter 731. It's okay. I'll clean it up and bring it down for you, Tian Wangchuan said. Thank you. Auntie Wang sighed and got in the car. On the other side, Tian Wangchuan and Su Chuxia also got in Xiao Chen's car. The two cars left the neighborhood one after the other. Since it can appear in the day, it shouldn't be the legendary ghost. It's impossible for ghosts to appear in the day. Xiaofan muttered after getting in the car, if I'm not mistaken, it should be a human. Oh? Tian Wangchuan was stunned. From your description of the situation, it should be a person walking very fast, hiding outside, pressing the elevator, pressing every floor. That clicking sound is just to confuse you. In reality, this person's movement speed is very fast, he should be a cultivator. Xiaofan analyzed, only cultivators have this ability. So, someone is deliberately pretending to be a ghost? Su Chuxia frowned. What's his purpose? It's hard to say for now. We can only wait and see. I plan to observe at night for a few days. I'll move a chair and sit in front of the elevator on your floor. I'll see what it is. If someone presses the elevator button, I'll be able to grab it immediately, Xiaofan said. Thank you. Su Chuxia let out a sigh of relief. With Xiaofan guarding the door, she could sleep soundly at night. The three of them found a big iron pot stew restaurant. Tian Wangchuan ate happily. After eating, he found a gold shop and sold the gold for money. Then, he went to find Auntie Wang to transfer the ownership. Because it was a new house, they didn't have a title certificate yet. They just needed to change the name with the developer. Normally, it wasn't easy to find a developer to change the name. However, the developer was afraid that the owners would cause trouble and want to return the house. As long as they didn't want to return the house, they could change the name however they wanted. They even didn't want the name change fee. Auntie Wang took the money and left in a hurry. She left her phone number so that Tian Wangchuan could get it if he wanted to pack up. In the afternoon, Tian Wangchuan bought a lot of houses from the agent. Their prices were basically the same as Auntie Wang's, or even lower. Some houses that were worth 1 million were sold for only 400,000. Tian Suruan was holding a huge pile of triplicate forms. Because he had bought a lot, he had also agreed with the developer that these were only temporarily registered under Tian Suruan's name. When it was time to sell the house, the developer would help to change the name again. Seeing that Tian Suruan had helped them solve the problem of returning the house, the developer was naturally happy to agree. By the time they were done, it was already past 6:00 in the evening. Xiaofan didn't have to find a place to stay because he had to keep watch at night. However, when the three of them returned to the neighborhood, they saw a group of people standing at the entrance of their building. They didn't know what they were doing. Did something happen again? Tian Suruan asked subconsciously. I don't know. Let's go take a look. Su Chuxia quickened her pace. When he walked over, he saw some property management staff and some familiar faces. They were the owners of this building. He wondered why everyone was standing there. What happened? Su Chuxia asked a neighbor she was familiar with. The property management company invited a celestial lady from another place to exorcise the ghost of this building. The person who spoke was Auntie Sun, who lived on the first floor. Although she lived on the first floor, she was extremely afraid of the haunting in this building, so she was very excited at this time. I hope it's effective. Celestial lady? Su Chuxia was stunned. Really? Back then, they invited Taoist Lu Li and Taoist Tai Shan from Tianqing Temple, but they couldn't find the cause. Was this celestial lady really that powerful? I don't know either. We'll find out later. Auntie Sun looked very excited. Everyone, don't worry. This celestial lady is a celestial lady that our property management company invited from the ancient sect 5 Elements sect. She is very powerful and will definitely be able to subdue the ghost. The manager of the property management company said loudly. Hearing this, the tenants all agreed. If they could really subdue this monster that came out of nowhere, then they could live here with peace of mind. However, most people were happy, but there were also people who were unhappy. This was the man who had just sold the house to Tian Suruan in the afternoon. This man was called Wu Lixing, and he usually did real estate speculation. When he first bought this house, it was quite cheap. It was a house in the hands of a boss. The price was very low, almost 100,000 yuan cheaper than the normal house price. He originally wanted to keep it in his hands and sell it later when the price increased. Of course, he could directly sell it, but he felt that it was not worth it to sell it at a low price. So, he dragged it out. In the end, such a haunting thing happened. This way, the house couldn't be sold for a while. It was not good to keep the money in his hands. He had no choice but to put it up with an agent at a low price. He didn't expect it to really be sold. He was just about to come back to clean up when he suddenly heard that the property management company had invited a celestial lady to exorcise the ghost. He immediately regretted it. If the ghost was caught, then the house would be fine. Wouldn't that be a huge loss? Thinking of this, he wanted to ask Tian Suruan for the house back. Coincidentally, he saw Tian Suruan coming back, so he went up to him. Tian Suruan, right? Do you still remember me? Wu Lixue went up to greet him. Because Tian Suruan had bought more houses, he was afraid that Tian Suruan would forget about him. Ah, it's you. What's the matter? By the way, when are you going to give me the key? Didn't you say that you still have some things to take away? Tian Suruan asked. Previously, Wu Lixue said that he wouldn't give the key to Tian Suruan and would give it to him later. Now that they met, he asked. This. Miss Tian, I don't want to sell it anymore. Can you make an exception? I won't have a place to live if I sell the house. Can you give it back to me? Or I can give you an extra 10 or 20,000 yuan. Wu Lixue said with a shy face. Tian Suruan was slightly stunned. Then, she immediately understood what was going on. This Wu Lixue must have seen that the property management company had hired someone to exorcise the ghost and felt that there would be no problem with the house in the future. That was why he came to her to regret his decision. However, Tian Suruan had already bought a lot of houses in her hands. She didn't lack this one. Looking at this person's bitter face, Tian Suruan had some sympathy. She wasn't an unreasonable person, so she looked at Su Chuxia and wanted her to make a decision. Suruan, since they need it, just return it to them. Su Chuxia was also a good girl. She didn't want to take advantage of others. Although this matter was one that they were willing to take, in the end, Tian Suruan was a bit opportunistic. If it was Xiaofan who had caught the ghost, it would be fine. But now, it was someone hired by the property management company. It wasn't a big deal for them to return the house. This was understandable. Okay, then I'll return it to you, but I can't do the procedures today. Let's wait for next Monday. The day after tomorrow is the weekend. Tian Suruan said, the developer doesn't work. Sure. As long as you can return it to me. Wu Lixue was just trying his luck. After all, people in his line of work were all speculators. If he bought a cheap house, he definitely wouldn't return it to others. Therefore, since Tian Suruan could return it, it didn't matter how she did it. He just had to wait. Let's go home first. Xiaofan looked at the person at the door and shook his head. As for whether the lady could catch the ghost or not, it didn't have much to do with him. Even if she couldn't, he had already planned to do it himself. However, when the three of them walked to the door of the unit, they were stopped by the property management staff. Now the lady is catching the ghost. Everyone, don't disturb her. Get out of the way. I want to go home. Xiaofan said faintly. What's wrong with you? You asked the property management company to catch the ghost. Now that we found someone, you're not going to cooperate. The staff was a little annoyed. I asked you to wait, so just wait. If you affect the lady catching the ghost, you're the sinner of the entire community. Affect me? Aren't you being too arrogant with your words? Xiao Chen frowned. He was a little unhappy, but when he saw the other property owners looking at him with unkind expressions, he was too lazy to argue with them. Then let's wait. Let's see if the so-called lady can catch the ghost. Hey, why are you like this? Making sarcastic remarks here? We all want the lady to catch the ghost. Why are you so nosy? Said a neighbor of the nearby property owner. However, just as this person finished speaking, the unit's door opened. A woman with disheveled hair rushed out from inside. Then, with a put-ong sound, she fell to the ground. Her face was pale and she was panting heavily. Ah! A ghost. At this moment, the sky was already a little dark. So, when the woman rushed out, it immediately shocked everyone. Those who were timid exclaimed, "Lady Fairy? How are you?" The staff nearby could tell at a glance that the woman in front of them was the lady they invited. They were shocked and asked quickly. At this time, everyone finally saw that the woman with disheveled hair was Celestial Nun. They immediately let out a sigh of relief and surrounded her, asking, "Celestial Nun, did you subdue the ghost? That female ghost is very powerful." "I haven't subdued her yet. I need to make some preparations." After taking a breath, the lady said in surprise, "I need to buy some things and make some talismans. Everyone can go back first. I'll come back at night." Xiao Chen curled his lips and snorted coldly. He glanced at the staff and said, "This is the lady you invited? She's only a so-so. Get out of the way." This. The staff was speechless. It was true that the lady couldn't do anything to the female ghost. He could only say, "Don't be anxious. Didn't the lady say that she would go prepare? Then, she will come back at night to catch the ghost." "Hey, what do you mean? I came here with good intentions to help you catch the ghost. Why don't you know how to be grateful?" The lady was a little unhappy. She was very uncomfortable with Xiao Chen's sarcasm. "I didn't say that I can't subdue this female ghost. I just need to be fully prepared." Chapter 732. Xiao Chen didn't feel anything before. After all, this fairy's voice was a little flustered before, but now that it had returned to normal, it sounded a little familiar. He couldn't help but look down and was stunned. "It's you? It's you?" Li Xianer also looked at Xiao Chen in surprise. You aren't." "Hee, Li Xianer, I didn't expect you to be a fairy. So powerful." Xiao Chen found this very funny. This Li Xianer was actually Xiao Zhao's classmate, the girl who was harassed by the Ox family martial arts dojo at the Immortal Resort. At that time, Xiao Chen even helped her. He didn't expect her to be a fairy. He didn't know if this Li Xianer's name was real or fake. Anyway, it was a very ordinary name. At least, Xiao Chen had heard of many people with the same name. He didn't think much about it at that time, but now it seemed that there was really an expert among the people. Was she an immortal cultivator hidden among the students? Li Xianer was a little embarrassed. She didn't know how to explain. Xiao Chang, thank you for what happened before, but things are very complicated now. I can't tell you. You won't understand even if I tell you. You're just an ordinary martial artist. Maybe you have some power, but you can't solve these things." "Oh, then you mean that you can?" Xiao Chen looked at Li Xianer. "I have a certain degree of confidence." Li Xianer nodded. "I didn't lie to you. I'm really a fairy. Being a student is just my superficial identity. My secret identity is to help people catch ghosts and solve haunted houses." "Oh, okay, then I'll believe you. If you encounter any difficulties at night, you can ask me for help. I can help you beat up ghosts." Xiao Chen smiled. Since she was an acquaintance, there was no need to mock her anymore. "Anne, thank you, but there's really no need. This isn't something you can deal with. The other party is a real ghost." Li Xianer declined politely. Xiaochen didn't say anything else. He suddenly thought of something. "Right, I heard that you are the successor of an ancient sect. Are there still ancient sects now?" "I'm the only one left." Li Xianer nodded and said, "You can say that. However, 1,000 years have passed and these ancient sects have all disappeared. Some of the cultivation manuals have also disappeared. I only know a little about it and have some research on some Qimen Dunjia techniques." "Oh." Xiaochen was a little disappointed. It was said that the cultivation methods of the ancient sects were different from the current ones. It seemed like they no longer existed. Even Li Xianer didn't know about them. After nodding and bidding her farewell, Xiaochen brought Su Chuxia and Tian Soran upstairs. Meanwhile, Li Xianer quickly got into an MPV from a property management company to go shopping. When everyone saw that Xiaochen and Li Xianer were very familiar with each other, they naturally didn't say anything more. It was their business to mock each other and it had nothing to do with them. It was fine as long as they could catch the ghost. They went all the way back to Su Chuxia's house. Perhaps because there were more people in the elevator didn't make a fuss this time. "Xiao Chang, do you know that fairy?" Tian Soran asked curiously. "You guys seem to be very familiar with each other. Could it be that you met the female protagonist in one of your missions?" "No, she's my sister's classmate." Xiaochen said, "Last time she was bullied, I helped her out. However, I didn't expect her to be good at these things." "Can she catch ghosts?" Tian Soran asked. "It's hard to say. Let's see." Xiaochen felt that this person shouldn't be a ghost, but a yin cultivator or an evil cultivator. However, he couldn't figure out the purpose of this person. She didn't harm anyone here. Could it be that she was just scaring people for fun? Songning City, Xiao family. Wang Tietio finally realized that something was wrong. He didn't see Xiaochen for a day, and no one mentioned him. Everyone did what they were supposed to do. Xiao Xiao and Tang Tang were also there, but he didn't see where Xiaochen went. When he asked Wang Fantian, he didn't know either. If it was in the past when Xiaochen was at home, Wang Fantian would always say a few words, but now he didn't even see him. "I say, old man Xiao, where's your grandson?" Wang Tietio finally couldn't help but ask during dinner, "Isn't he coming to eat?" "I don't know. He doesn't tell us when he comes and goes. He does whatever he wants to do." "Are you asking the wrong person?" Xiao Yuanshan was stunned and said. "What do you mean? You didn't see him either?" Wang Tietio suddenly felt that something was wrong. He frowned and said, "So, he's not at home?" "I'm not sure. Anyway, we didn't see him." Xiao Yuanshan ate and didn't seem to care at all. "You guys." Wang Tietio was instantly enraged. "Run. Exploding heavens. Go and look for Xiao Chen. Find out where he went." "Oh. Okay." Wang Benben was eating. Halfway through his meal, he stood up and walked out obediently. Wang Fantian, on the other hand, held his bowl and ate as he walked. Wang Tietio saw this and couldn't help but scold, "Benben, can't you learn from your son? Look at him, he's looking for someone to eat and you're not eating." Wang Benben wanted to cry but had no tears. This was so impolite. But thinking about it, his father was such a reckless person, and so was his son. No wonder Wang Tietio liked Wang Fantian. Wang Benben had no choice but to hold his bowl and eat as he walked. The two of them split up to look for Xiao Chen. They went around the Xiao family a few times but didn't see Xiao Chen. They could only go back to the dining room again. "Father, I didn't see Xiao Chen. He shouldn't be at home." Wang Benben said. "Grandpa, the boss is gone. He must be hiding from us. I think we should go back. It's not like we can do anything here. Although Wang Fantian also wanted Xiaochen to be his brother-in-law, if Xiaochen wasn't willing, they couldn't force it, right? They could only do it step by step. Go back? No, I don't believe that Xiaochen won't go home. Let's wait here. I want to see if he can hide from us for a long time. Wang Tietio slammed the table. Suddenly, the soup splashed on his face. Damn it. Wang Tietio wiped his face, stood up, and left the dining room angrily. Wang Benben quickly followed. But Wang Fantian didn't seem to notice. He was eating with big mouthfuls of food. Then, he took a look and said, "I'll eat some more." Xiao Yuanshan looked at Wang Fantian and couldn't help but shake his head. He was really heartless. I don't know how that girl is. Huh? Xiao Yuanshan suddenly thought, is that Lan Xinxin also heartless? That's why no one wanted her, so she relied on Xiaochen. Now that he thought about it, it was very possible. Xiao Yuanshan couldn't help but fall into deep thought. If such a girl came home carelessly, he didn't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing. Everyone, eat. Don't worry about him. He can stay as long as he wants. Anyway, our Xiao family is rich and willful. Xiao Yuanshan waved his hand, signaling everyone to continue eating. Of course, Xiao Yuanshan was a little curious about Yu Xiaochuan and Tang Tang staying here. He vaguely knew some of the relationship between Xiao Chen and Tang Tang, but Tang Tang and Yu Xiaochuan were husband and wife. Yu Xiaochuan, who was neither a man nor a woman, seemed to be quite strange. He didn't object to Tang Tang and Xiao Chen being together, and he even called himself Xiao Chen's little brother. The key was that he was very strong. The powerful Quishan sect disciple was killed by him. So, since he was willing to stay here, then it was a good thing. It could also be considered as improving the strength of the Xiao family. As for Tang Tang, he would treat her as his granddaughter-in-law. After dinner, Tang Tang said good night to Xiao Yuanshan and returned to her residence with Yu Xiaochuan. Sister Tang Tang, when do you think brother Xiao will come back? Yu Xiaochuan asked after entering the house. How would I know? Tang Tang said snappily, can't you contact him yourself? Ask him yourself. I'm afraid that if I ask too much, brother Xiao will hate me. Yu Xiaochuan was a little shy. I can't be bothered with you. Tang Tang glanced at Yu Xiaochuan and returned to her room. Yu Xiaochuan hummed a little song and began to change in front of the mirror. He felt that he had the potential to be a trap. He would look very beautiful if he dressed up. Back in the room, Tang Tang lay on the bed with a sad heart. Her eyes were a little empty. She looked at the ceiling and sighed slightly. Tang Tang, have you thought it through? A voice suddenly sounded, but there was no one in the room. Tang Tang did not look in the direction of the voice. She was still lying on the bed, as if she was not interested. At this time, in Tang Tang's room, a shadow appeared, gradually solidified, and turned into a woman in black. The woman in black was covered with a black veil, and her face could not be seen clearly. But judging from her curvy body, she should be a beauty, but it was hard to say. You're here? Tang Tang said. Yes, Tang Tang, have you thought it through? If you don't agree, then your mother will really be in danger. The woman in black said faintly, only if you replace her can she be safe, and your parents can leave safely. What evidence do you have to prove that what you said is true? Tang Tang did not look at her, but said, the last time you came, you said that my parents did not actually die, but were taken to Wulin, but why should I believe you? Just based on a photo? Now the technology of Photoshop is so advanced, you can make it at will. I knew you wouldn't believe it easily. The woman giggled and said, this time, I've brought the blood of your parents, 1 bottle for each of you. If you don't believe me, you can take it to the hospital for an DNA test to see if it's your parents. Oh. Tang Tang was shocked. This time, she finally became energetic, not as absent-minded as before. She sat up directly from the bed. Chapter 733. In the past few days, Tang Tang was a little absent-minded. A woman who claimed to be from the poison sect of the martial arts world told her that her parents didn't die but were taken away by the poison sect. Her mother was born with a poisonous body and became a drug-testing tool of the poison sect. The current situation was that one kind of poison was suppressing another kind of poison. Her body was full of poison. If this continued, she would die. At that time, Tang Tang was very shocked. This was very similar to her previous situation. Could it be that her body was similar to her mother's? However, she didn't really believe the woman's words. She just asked a few questions and the woman answered them one by one. She even showed Tang Tang the photos of her parents. I don't need to lie to you. You are born with a poisonous body. With a body like yours, you are born for poison. If I don't take you away, you won't live long. On the contrary, if you go with me, you will live a little longer, the woman said faintly. Impossible. The poison in my body has already been expelled. How can it still be? Tang Tang immediately retorted. What you expelled is just some poison on the surface. In fact, your whole body is a poisonous body. You need all kinds of poison to survive. Otherwise, you will die very miserably. The woman smiled. Previously, I don't know what kind of expert you found, but he helped you detoxify once and extended your lifespan. However, this is only a temporary solution, not a permanent solution. Your physique is still there. Aren't you just threatening and tempting me to go with you? Tang Tang actually believed some of the woman's words. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been in such a bad mood these days. She wouldn't have taken the initiative to propose a breakup with Xiao Chen. Although Xiao Chen's current strength was high, he couldn't compete with the poison sect behind the woman. After all, listening to the woman's words, the poison sect didn't belong to the outer martial arts world. Instead, it was a real inner martial arts sect. If she told Xiao Chen about this strength and caused some trouble, it would be equivalent to harming Xiao Chen. Therefore, Tang Tang didn't say it. She just found some inexplicable reasons to break up with Xiao Chen. However, after hearing what Xiao Chen said, her heart softened. In fact, she didn't want to break up with him. She thought that even if she left, she would leave quietly. When the time came, she could just pretend that she disappeared. You can understand it that way. The woman nodded noncommittally after hearing Tang Tang's words. So, what's your decision? Leave it here. I'll go to the lab tomorrow and give you a reply. Tang Tang said weakly, if I go, can't I come back? Will he die there? Yes, if you can find the lost secret manual in the sect, not only will you not die, you will also become the strongest person in the sect. At that time, you will surpass everyone in the poison sect and become a poison master of a generation, shocking the martial world. The woman said, you are no longer a tool that can only be used by the sect to test medicine, I've become a hired thug for the sect, haven't I? Tang Tang was a little dispirited. At that time, you won't be someone else's fighter, you'll be the master of the sect. Even in the martial world, you'll be the master. Your name, Tang Tang, will shock the entire martial world and make people tremble with fear. The woman tempted. Hee, in fact, it's all built on the premise that the secret manual is found, right? Tang Tang said with a sarcastic smile, if I found it, my mother would have become a poison master and wouldn't have been tortured to death by you. And I put it nicely, saying that I have the possibility of becoming a poison master, but in fact, I'm just going to test poison, right? You can understand it that way. The woman didn't deny it, anyway, you can think about it yourself. Our sect is still very open-minded. It's all voluntary. If you want to go, go. If you don't want to go, don't go. Anyway, you'll die here. Why not go back with me? You can live a little longer and save your mother. TSK, you make it sound nice. Then, wasn't my mother forcibly taken away by you? Tang Tang said disdainfully. Not really. Your father took your mother to seek medical treatment, and they took the initiative to stay, the woman said with a smile. Oh? Tang Tang was stunned. She didn't know why, but she suddenly felt that the woman was quite reasonable and straightforward. She didn't have any intention of forcing her. When she was young, Tang Tang did hear that her biological parents never came back after they left. It was as if they had died. She was adopted by her uncle's family, so her life in the Tang family became like this. When she was beautiful, she was used for a marriage alliance. When she became ugly, she was chased out of the family, and no one stood up for her. So, it's fine if I don't go? Tang Tang asked. Yes, but you have to keep what I'm telling you a secret. The woman warned faintly, the martial world is very wary of our poison sect. They're afraid that we'll make a comeback and restore the glory of 100 years ago. At that time, our poison sect was in the limelight. No one could match us. We were the true #1 sect in the world. So, even if you don't come, you have to keep it a secret. I know that. You told me about this last time, but I didn't tell anyone. Tang Tang nodded. I'll think about it. Alright, then I'll be leaving. Leave the blood here too. You can judge for yourself if it's real or not. After the woman said that, she turned into a shadow and disappeared from the room. Tang Tang sighed and looked at the 2 small bottles on the table. She was in a daze. That night, Su Chuxia and Tian Souring were asleep. Xiao Chen moved a small stool and sat at the door of the room. He faced the elevator and wanted to see what was wrong with it. However, Xiao Chen looked at the elevator. It seemed to be working. When no one was riding it, it wouldn't move at all. It was parked on the original floor. Just as Xiao Chen was bored to death, someone called for the elevator again. The elevator returned to the first floor, and after a while, it began to rise slowly. However, this time, Xiao Chen was shocked, because every time the elevator reached a floor, it would stop. Xiao Chen observed for a moment. The second floor, the third floor, the fourth floor. It kept stopping until it reached Xiao Chen's floor. The elevator door opened, but Xiao Chen was stunned. He was shocked. This was because the person in the elevator let out a scream. Then, an unknown object flew toward Xiao Chen's head. It was thrown by the person in the elevator. Holy sh*T, Li Xian, are you crazy? Xiao Chen roared. It's you, Xiao Chang. When Li Xian heard the voice outside the elevator, she immediately heaved a sigh of relief. You scared me to death. I thought it was a female ghost. Do female ghosts look like me? Are you nearsighted? Xiao Chen threw away the things on his body. It was a pile of talismans. Fortunately, they were only talismans and there was no dog blood or chicken blood. Otherwise, he would have been in trouble. At this time, the elevator door was about to close. Xiao Chen quickly pressed the button to call for the elevator. The elevator door opened again and Li Xian ran out. I'm sorry, Xiao Chang. You sat here in the middle of the night and scared me. Why are you here? Don't you know that people can scare people to death? I was worried about you, so I came out to take a look. Xiao Chen said snappily, my good intentions are really unrequited. You're worried about me? Really? Li Xian was a little surprised. Didn't I tell you before that this female ghost is very powerful and that you can't deal with it? Although your strength in the human world is very strong, it's useless against ghosts. Oh, I actually couldn't sleep, so I came out to cool off. Xiao Chen shrugged and didn't argue much. He couldn't explain that he wasn't an ordinary cultivator, but a cultivator. Then quickly help me pick up these talismans. I'm going to continue to catch ghosts. Li Xian said as she picked up the talismans on the ground. Xiaofan shook his head and helped her pick up the remaining talismans. Then, he said, "Why does your elevator stop at every floor?" "Oh, I pressed it on purpose. I wanted to see if there was anything outside each floor." Li Xian said, "That female ghost fought with me once before. She knew that her spiritual power was on par with mine, so I was afraid that she wouldn't come out, so I went to look for her myself." "Then you should be careful." Xiaofan nodded. "I wish you success. You don't have to look at my floor. With me here, the female ghost probably won't come." "That's hard to say. Don't be so confident. If she thinks that you're easy to bully, she'll come looking for you." Li Xian reminded, "You should go back to sleep. Wait for my triumphant return tomorrow morning. I'll go back in a while." Xiaofan perfunctorily said. Li Xian didn't say much. She turned around and entered the elevator. Then, she continued to search floor by floor. Xiaofan saw that she was full of confidence. He thought that this ghost had never harmed anyone before, so he was relieved. He turned around and returned to his room, leaving Li Xian to do whatever she wanted. He was also afraid that Li Xian would treat him as a ghost again. The night passed uneventfully. Early the next morning, Wuxia got up to go to the toilet. She saw Xiaofan sitting cross-legged on the sofa and meditating. She didn't know what he was doing, so she asked, "Xiaochang, you didn't sleep? What are you doing? Did you catch that ghost?" "I don't know. Li Xian asked me to come back and said that she could handle it herself." Xiaofan opened his eyes and said, "I'll go out and take a look." Wuxia nodded. Xiaofan pushed open the door and walked out. There was no one in the corridor, and the elevator did not continue to operate. Xiaofan called the elevator and went downstairs. He planned to go downstairs to take a look. As soon as he walked out of the unit door, he saw Li Xian sitting on the bench at the door with disheveled hair. There were already many people standing around her. There were owners and property management staff. "Fairy, how is it? Has the female ghost been subdued?" A staff member waited for Li Xian to finish a cup of hot water before asking carefully. "Don't mention it. That female ghost is very smart. She actually dared to play with me. She was very fast. After I found her, I chased her upstairs and downstairs, but I couldn't catch up in the end. I was exhausted." Li Xian said with a haggard expression, "In the end, I had no choice but to run out and rest." Chapter 734. Xiaofan happened to hear Li Xian's words. He was speechless. How could she be an immortal to catch ghosts with her mediocre skills? Fortunately, the ghost didn't mean to hurt people. She just wanted to tease everyone. Even Li Xian was teased. In the end, she didn't do anything to her. If it were an ordinary person, they would have been scared to death. Although Li Xian was a little timid, she was fine. "Then, when can we catch this female ghost?" The property staff asked anxiously. "Immortal, you also know that this female ghost has affected the normal lives of the residents. I will try my best. Don't worry, I will take measures to chase and intercept her today." Li Xian sighed. "I don't have enough spiritual power now. If I could fly on a sword, would be able to catch up with her." "Ah. Is there really a legendary flying sword?" The property staff was shocked after hearing this. Immortals sect is really powerful. Those who can fly are the legendary immortals, right? Yes, she can really fly." The other property owners also sighed when they heard this, but they were more confident in Li Xian. They felt that it was only a matter of time before she subdued the female ghost. As for Xiao Chen, he was very shocked. Flying on a sword, isn't that a skill of cultivators? Is this Li Xianer also a cultivator? Is it true? Could she really be the successor of some ancient sect? However, there were too many people now. It was not appropriate for him to ask in detail. He just stood aside and listened quietly. Although Li Xianer failed to catch the ghost yesterday, the property owners were suddenly full of confidence after hearing a few words from her. Those who could fly on a sword were the legendary immortals that could only be seen on TV. Now, even if Li Xianer had not reached that level, she was still the successor of an immortal sect. She must have a way to subdue the demon. Li Xianer went to rest, and Xiao Chen returned to Su Chuxia's house. At this time, Tian Wangchuan also woke up and was washing up. When he saw Xiao Chen, he asked, "Honey, how is it? Did you catch the ghost?" "No, that Li Xianer is not very reliable. Let's not care about her and let her do whatever she wants." Xiao Chen saw that Li Xianer was fine today, and he was sure that the ghost didn't mean to hurt her, so he didn't worry anymore. He didn't even bother to look at it tonight, and let her catch it herself. When Su Chuxia and Tian Souring heard this, they knew that Li Xianer was in trouble. Tian Souring, on the other hand, was very happy. That Wu Lixing who asked me for a house is probably regretting it now." Tian Wangshuo's words were not false at all. Wu Lixing was really in a dilemma at this moment. He originally thought that the immortal master hired by the property management company was very powerful and could capture the ghost with just one move. But after waiting for a day, there was no result. The next morning, the ghost was not caught. Instead, Li Xianer's hair was disheveled and she looked very miserable. Although Li Xianer's words were full of confidence, and the other property owners believed her, Wu Lixing's heart was very gloomy. In his line of work, he often encountered haunted houses. Some of his friends introduced experts to do the job, but very few of them were effective. In the end, they all failed. If haunted houses were really that easy to crack, people like him who specialized in real estate would be rich. Therefore, he was very worried about Li Xianer's final result. He didn't rush Tian Wangshuo that day, and he planned to wait and see tomorrow. Nothing out of the ordinary happened that day. Xiao Chen played video games with the two beauties at home. Su Chuxia was an electronics enthusiast, so she had the latest gaming console at home. The three of them had a lot of fun playing games. At night, Xiao Chen cooked some food. He didn't go out, and the two girls went to bed early. Xiao Chen sat on the sofa and heard the sound of the elevator coming from the corridor outside. He thought that Li Xianer was working again. In the end, the sound continued until the second half of the night. The elevator went back and forth, but there seemed to be no result. If the ghost was caught, the elevator would stop running. Finally, when it was almost midnight, Xiao Chen suddenly heard a hurried knocking on the door. It gave him a fright. The lights in Su Chuxia and Tian Wangshuo's room were also turned on. Obviously, they had been woken up. "Who is it?" Xiao Chen walked over and asked. "Open the door." "It's me, Li Xianer. Let me hide." It was indeed Li Xianer's voice outside the door, but it was a little different. It seemed like she was in a state of extreme fear. Xiao Chen opened the door. He seemed to feel something chasing behind Li Xianer, but it stopped for a moment. Xiao Chen frowned and looked into the distance, but he didn't see anything. The ghost must have retreated. "Li Xianer, what are you doing? It's the middle of the night." Xiao Chen let her in. As soon as Li Xianer came in, she couldn't care less about her image. She sat on the ground and panted heavily. "The ghost is very powerful. Her power is higher than mine. My methods didn't work on her. Instead, it angered her. At first, I was chasing her, but now she is chasing me." Li Xianer said hurriedly, I didn't expect there to be such a powerful ghost. I've never encountered one before. You've caught ghosts before? Xiao Chen was slightly stunned. Looking at her coarse appearance, she didn't seem like a powerful person. Yes, but they are all little ghosts that haven't turned into humans. They are wandering ghosts. Li Xianer said, those are easier to deal with, but this female ghost has already formed her own will. I'm no match for her. Xiao Chen was a little speechless. The kind that Li Xianer was talking about should be a very low-level primordial spirit. In fact, cultivators didn't have primordial spirits. Other people or animals also had primordial spirits. However, this primordial spirit wasn't called a primordial spirit, but a soul. After a person or an animal died, if there was an obsession, it could not dissipate for a long time. However, it would not cause any harm to the person. It would only affect the person's brain waves and create some illusions. This kind of soul was very easy to deal with. However, those primordial spirits that had formed their own will were not so easy to deal with. However, this kind of situation was rare. It's still my Dao technique that's not good enough. I have to hurry up and cultivate. Li Xianer clenched her fists. One day, I must subdue this female ghost. I wish you success. Xiao Chen didn't say too much and just wished her well. Oh right, don't tell Xiao Xiao about my identity. Oh right, you can't tell her that you're her boyfriend, but you're flirting with two beautiful girls here. You definitely won't dare to tell her. Li Xianer looked curiously at Su Chuxia and Tian Wangchuan, who came out of the bedroom and yawned. However, you're quite strong to sleep with two of them. I don't think you're from the 5 Elements faction. You're from the 8 Trigrams faction. Xiao Chen rolled his eyes. These two are my friends. They invited me here because of the haunting. Are you thinking too much? Honey, what's wrong? In the middle of the night? Tian Wangchuan walked over while rubbing his eyes in a daze. When Li Xianer heard this, she looked at Xiao Chen with disdain and curled her lips. Although she didn't say it, the meaning was clear. Xiao Chen's lie had been exposed. Xiao Chen really didn't know how to explain. How could it be such a coincidence that he was slapped in the face on the spot? This Tian Wangchuan. Ahem. Xiao Chen coughed twice. Let's not talk about this. I'll keep it a secret for you. And then I'll keep it a secret for you too. This is our little secret. Li Xianer blinked her eyes. Hee, okay. Xiao Chen nodded. He could only treat it as a secret. Suddenly, he thought of something and asked, oh right, you said that you can use sword kinesis flight in the future? Is that true? Of course it's true. Li Xianer nodded solemnly. Although our 5 Elements sect has declined like the other ancient sects, we still have some inheritance. I'm the 82nd generation successor. The mantra I'm practicing now is different from you martial cultivators. I'm cultivating immortality. Really? Xiao Chen was extremely shocked. Why would I lie to you? Li Xianer said proudly. Don't you think I'm very beautiful now? This. What does it have to do with this? Xiao Chen was stunned. Actually, I wasn't so beautiful before. My skin wasn't so good either. However, after cultivating immortality, my physique has changed greatly. I'll soon surpass Xiao Xiao. Li Xianer was proud. Otherwise, that person wouldn't have come to tease me that day. Xiao Chen didn't know what to say. Li Xianer was really narcissistic. He just asked, since you're so powerful and you're an immortal, why didn't you punish the person who teased you? My strength is still too low. Li Xianer said with some embarrassment. However, the level of immortal cultivators is different from that of martial artists. I'll surpass him in all aspects in the future. Then what's your current level? Xiao Chen asked. I said, you have to keep it a secret because you saved me. I think you're a good person, so I don't want to lie to you. However, you can't tell others about these things. Before I become strong, I'm afraid that someone will harm me. Although Li Xianer was a bit narcissistic, she seemed to trust Xiao Chen more. Maybe Xiao Chen saved her before. Okay. Xiao Chen nodded. Tian Suruan and Su Chuxia only came out to take a look before going back to sleep. They could tell from Li Xianer's expression that she had failed to catch a ghost and was here to seek refuge. They were too tired to ask more questions. Therefore, when Li Xianer said these words, they weren't there. If they were, Li Xianer probably wouldn't have said it. Li Xianer nodded and started to chant the mantra. However, at this moment, Xiao Chen was really shocked. This was a familiar aura. Xiao Chen had only seen it on that super invincible dog in the universe. First level of qi refinement? Xiao Chen looked at Li Xianer in shock. Huh? You know about qi refinement? Li Xianer also looked at Xiao Chen in shock. She didn't expect to hear these words from Xiao Chen's mouth. Chapter 735. On TV, in novels, everywhere. Is it strange that I know? Xiao Chen also realized that he had said too much, so he shrugged and explained. Oh, no wonder. Li Xianer nodded and said, so you guessed it. Yes, I am an immortal master at the first level of the qi refining stage. My real strength is equivalent to a warrior at the peak of the first level of the inner strength, so I am not a match for that big man. Xiao Chen was not thinking about Li Xianer's strength now, but that she was actually a cultivator. Although her strength was low, she was the first cultivator that Xiao Chen had met in this world. Whether it was immortal or cultivation, it was just a name. Although Li Xianer's strength was low, she did indeed embark on a different path. So she was not wrong to say that she could fly on a sword. Then what level do you need to be able to fly on a sword? Xiao Chen asked. Maybe I need to build my foundation. Li Xianer said, hey, I'm just saying, our 5 elements sect has been passed down for so long, but there is no immortal master who has successfully built his foundation. My master is only an immortal master at the 10th level of the qi refining stage. What? You have a master at the 10th level of the qi refining stage? Xiao Chen was shocked. Yes, without a master, how can I cultivate? Do you think it is so easy for mortals to cultivate? Li Xianer looked at Xiao Chen strangely. Even if you are a martial artist or a devil cultivator, don't you also have a master? Oh, then what about your master? Xiao Chen did not expect that there were other cultivators in this world, and there was more than one. She didn't build her foundation. Her life was over, and she passed away. Li Xianer was a little sad. Master has lived for 300 years. Oh? Does she have any fellow disciples from the same sect? What about you? Do you? Xiao Chen asked again. No, in our 5 elements sect, there is only one disciple. Li Xianer shook her head. Then she doesn't have a cultivation companion? Xiao Chen was relieved, but still asked worriedly. We cultivators are different from other cultivators. We have a long life. How can we find an ordinary person to be our cultivation companion? If the other person dies of old age, it will affect our Taoist foundation and Taoist heart, and it will be difficult to advance. Li Xianer said, so you don't try to seduce me, I won't fall for it. Pfft. When Xiao Chen heard the first half of what she said, it seemed to make sense. However, when he heard the second half, he almost knelt down. How did it become him trying to seduce her? Li Xianer was too full of herself. Li Xianer is too much. Don't think I don't know that you're such a playboy. You'll definitely drool over me. Of course, that's not the main point. You've asked so many questions about immortal cultivators. You must want me to teach you immortal cultivation, right? Li Xianer looked at Xiao Chen as if she had seen through him. No need. If I want to fix it, I can fix it myself, Xiao Chen said. TSK, you will definitely be tempted. Any normal person will be tempted. You can live for at least 300 years in one go. Li Xianer said, I don't believe that you don't want to. So what if I want to? So what if I don't? You won't teach me anyway. Xiao Chen shrugged. I really can't do anything about it. The rule of our 5-element sect is that only one disciple can pass down his legacy. I can't teach you that. Li Xianer shook her head. Then do you know? Are there any other cultivators in the world? Xiao Chen asked. Of course not. If there was, my master wouldn't have to live alone for the rest of his life. Li Xian sighed, what a waste of my beauty. I can't even find a Dao companion. Xiao Chen slapped his forehead. Then you can just randomly pick one. Your master is at the 10th layer of the Qi refinement realm, and you're only at the 1st layer. You won't be able to live for long. Xiao Chen reminded. But I'm only 16 years old. When I'm 60 years old, maybe I'll be at the 10th level. Li Xian said confidently, at that time, I won't be afraid of this female ghost. At that time, this female ghost will probably be killed by you. Xiao Chen was speechless. Nonsense. Li Xian glanced at Xiao Chen. She was quite flirtatious, but Xiao Chen didn't dare to look at her for too long. He was afraid that Li Xian would falsely accuse him of liking her. Will you continue to catch ghosts tomorrow? Xiao Chen changed the topic. No, I have to go back. Li Xian said, tomorrow, I will talk to the property management company. I can't deal with this female ghost for the time being. Well, I wish you good luck. Set foot in the 10th level of the Qi refining stage as soon as possible. Xiao Chen said. Definitely no problem. Li Xian said, at that time, if you are still alive, I will treat you to a meal. I don't have many friends. You are one of them. Then I am honored. Xiao Chen didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Yeah, if you didn't save me and I think you are a good person, I wouldn't say this to you. You can't harm me, but it's hard to say for others. One must always be on guard against others. You are my best friend. Li Xian said, you are the first to know about my matters. By the way, Li Xian, speaking of this, I still have to remind you. Although I saved you, you shouldn't tell me so much. Xiao Chen said solemnly, after all, many people will covet the cultivation of immortality. I don't have the intention to harm you, but I can't guarantee that others won't forget about righteousness at the sight of profit. Even if I saved you before, I will kill you the next moment. Li Xian was stunned, and then she thought about it. So, don't tell anyone about this matter in the future. As for your identity as a fairy, others won't think much about it. They will only think that you are a fraud. Xiao Chen said. You are a fraud. Li Xian was a little dissatisfied. I am the real deal. However, you are right. I was a little careless before. I won't say it again. Then I am relieved. Xiao Chen was actually afraid that the matter of immortality would spread. After all, he was also a cultivator. If it spread, it might be disadvantageous to him. While they were talking, it was already dawn outside. Li Xian also said goodbye and went to the property company to explain the situation. When Li Xian went downstairs, she was surrounded by the staff of the property company who had arrived early. They hurriedly asked, Fairy, how is it? Did you catch the ghost? No. Li Xian shook her head. My spiritual power is still not enough. The other party is too powerful. I am sorry, I can't do anything. The staff of the property company was a little dumbfounded. Li Xian was still very famous in the industry. Many haunted houses had been cracked, and she was highly respected. They didn't expect her to have no way. Did that mean that there was really no way? The onlookers were also disappointed when they heard Li Xian's words. They thought that it would definitely be done this time, but they didn't expect that even Li Xian couldn't do anything. Wu Lixing was also among the owners. At this moment, his eyelids couldn't help but twitch. After he went back, he also checked on Li Xian's matter and found that Li Xian was really a powerful mage. She had a good reputation in the industry, so he also had some confidence. He didn't expect that his confidence would be shattered in an instant. Seeing Li Xian get into the car of the property company, Wu Lixing hesitated for a moment and called Tian Wangshuo's phone. "Hello, Miss Tian. I am Wu Lixing," said Wu Lixing. "Mr. Wu, it's only Sunday. It's not Monday yet, right? Are you in a hurry to take back the house?" How could Tian Wangshuo not guess Wu Lixing's thoughts? Li Xian probably failed, so he didn't want the house anymore. However, she pretended not to know and asked seriously. No, I suddenly remembered that I don't have enough money on hand. I don't want it anymore. I'm telling you that I have already taken the things away. You can take back the house at any time," said Wu Lixing quickly. "Oh? You really don't want it anymore?" asked Tian Wangshuo. "No," Wu Lixing said affirmatively. "Well, then I will go to apply for the property certificate. I can't change it then," Tian Wangshuo reminded him. "Okay, no problem." Wu Lixing breathed a sigh of relief. He was afraid that Tian Wangshuo would pester him. Although he had already sold the house, if Tian Wangshuo kept asking to cancel the house, then he would be annoyed. In his opinion, Tian Wangshuo must have received the news that the property management company invited Li Xian to exorcise the ghost, so she hoarded a lot of property. In his opinion, it was also opportunistic. However, now that Li Xian had failed, Tian Wangshuo had all these houses in her hands. It would be strange if she didn't want to get rid of them as soon as possible. He didn't expect Tian Wangshuo to be so happy and agree directly. Shaking his head, he felt that something was wrong, but he couldn't figure out the reason. Wu Lixing took the things and left. In the middle of the night, Xiaofan went out. He didn't need to observe anymore. Li Xian had already observed for him before. The conclusion was that this female ghost might not be willing to hurt people, so Xiaofan wouldn't take too drastic measures. He planned to figure it out first. Originally, he wanted to catch it and refine it into a second demon to accompany Little Demon N. Just like Li Xian, Xiaofan took the elevator from the first floor. At every floor, he stopped for a moment, then continued to go up. Finally, he reached the top floor. He didn't find anything wrong. Xiaofan frowned slightly. When Li Xian took the elevator, the female ghost appeared, but he didn't encounter it even once when he took the elevator. He didn't even encounter it normally. Is this female ghost afraid of me? Does she know that I'm powerful? Feeling strange, Xiaofan decided not to take the elevator. He took the stairs, but this time, he didn't walk around like before. Instead, he stopped at every floor and stopped in front of two houses for a while. On the 24th floor, Xiaofan stopped in front of a door. The corridor was dark, and the peephole of the door mirror on the door was also dark. These two houses hadn't been occupied yet. The plastic film on the door had not been torn off, and there were a few overdue notices on the door. Logically, there shouldn't be anyone here, but Xiaofan felt an extremely gloomy aura. Chapter 736. After listening for a while, he didn't hear any sound, but Xiaofan's subconscious was very dignified. He felt that there was something wrong here. After thinking about it, he walked forward and started knocking on the door. Dang dang dang. However, after knocking for a long time, no one answered, and there was no other movement. If it weren't for Xiaofan believing in his own perception, he would have left at this time. However, he didn't leave. He knocked for a while, pretending to turn around and leave. However, when he bypassed the corridor, he took out his flying sword and flew back along the ceiling. This angle couldn't be seen from inside the house. His whole body was directly suspended above the anti-theft door. 10 minutes passed, and there was no movement. 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Just when Xiaofan was wondering if his senses were wrong, he suddenly heard a faint, click, sound. It was the sound of high heels. Xiaofan's heart suddenly trembled. There really was a problem. However, he remained calm and didn't act rashly. He continued to show off his wealth silently in the sky. Finally, after a while, the anti-theft door was gently opened. In the darkness, Xiaofan could still see clearly with the moonlight outside. A woman walked out from inside. The woman's figure was very thin, and the yin energy on her body was very heavy. After she came out, she looked around and didn't see anyone. Then, she carefully closed the door and walked in the direction of the corridor. This woman's figure seemed to be a little familiar to Xiaofan, but because of the angle, he couldn't see the woman's appearance. However, he quietly followed behind the woman. He flew close to the ceiling without making any sound, so the woman in front of him didn't notice him at all. He saw that the woman came to the door of the elevator and pressed the elevator button. However, she didn't wait for the elevator. Instead, she turned directly into the stairwell and began to go downstairs. Although she was wearing high heels, the woman's speed was very fast. Even when she didn't want to make a sound, there was no sound when she walked. Xiaofan suspected that the previous sound of high heels was deliberately made by the woman. Her purpose was to make sure that there was no one at the door. This way, if there was movement at the door, she could completely not open the door. Just a sound couldn't prove that there must be someone in the room. It might be another sound. The woman went downstairs and continued to press the elevator button. Then, she continued to run downstairs. This made Xiaofan a little dumbfounded. This woman was like a child playing a prank. It turned out that the elevator automatically operated like this. With her extremely fast figure and speed, she ran down floor by floor. It was probably the same when she came up. She really didn't feel tired at all. Regardless of whether there was anyone or not, running for the whole night was really unbearable. Xiaofan was flying above her, but she did not notice him at all. Indeed, it was as Xiaofan had guessed. She started from the first floor and continued to press the elevator button, running up floor by floor. Xiaofan was impressed by her spirit. Xiaofan followed her just like that, watching her go up and down to see what she was up to. After doing this for the whole night, regardless of whether there was anyone or not, Xiaofan was a little tired from flying. Upstairs and downstairs, Xiaofan followed the woman for a few laps. Suddenly, the woman stopped because she finally found a problem. She also felt that she seemed to be followed by something. After the woman stopped, she suddenly turned around, but she didn't see anything. The woman was a little confused. She looked around again, but she still didn't see anything special, so she breathed a sigh of relief and continued to run upstairs. Xiaofan was a little puzzled. Why didn't this woman look up? Didn't she know that there might be people flying in the sky? Did she have to follow behind her? However, under normal thinking, it was understandable to think like this. After all, how many people could fly? The woman might have been vigilant in her heart. After running up a floor, she stopped again and turned her head to look back, but she still didn't see anything. The woman seemed to be a little puzzled. She raised her head and thought about something, but when she looked up, she found Xiaofan floating in the sky. Ah! The woman let out a sharp scream and was so scared that she fell to the ground. Her face was pale, and she pointed at Xiaofan, unable to say a word. It seemed that she was very frightened. Xiao Chen was speechless. Is this a female ghost? Why is it that when a ghost sees a human, she is scared to the ground? I say, Nye Xiaoyu, what are you doing? Going up and down in the middle of the night, playing with the elevator endlessly. Are you addicted? Xiao Chen finally recognized who this person was. It turned out to be Nye Xiaoyu, the Yin cultivator who had saved his life before. Ah, who are you? How do you know me? Nye Xiaoyu's eyes widened. At this moment, she also saw clearly what Xiao Chen looked like, but she didn't know him. When she heard that Xiao Chen could call out her name, she was very shocked. Are you kidding me? You are a female ghost. I should be afraid of you. Why do you seem to be afraid of me? Am I that scary? Looking at Nye Xiaoyu's trembling face, Xiao Chen didn't know what to say. It was really a failure for a ghost to be like her. How can you fly? Nye Xiaoyu looked at Xiao Chen in the sky. Her intuition told her that this person in front of her was very powerful, and she was no match for him at all. Nye Xiaoyu, you really don't know me? Xiao Chen frowned and said calmly, back then, I saved you because of your kindness and didn't kill you. I didn't expect that you would hide here and scare the innocent residents. What are you thinking? Do you think it's fun, or do you want to hurt people? You? Nye Xiaoyu was slightly stunned. Then she realized that Xiao Chen's voice was a little familiar. She suddenly remembered. You are my savior? I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you because you weren't wearing a mask. Xiao Chen was wearing a white fox mask, so it was normal that Nye Xiaoyu couldn't recognize him. Alright, let's not talk about useless things. What are you doing? If you don't explain yourself today, don't blame me for not showing mercy. Xiao Chen said coldly as he looked at Nye Xiaoyu. I am sorry. Nye Xiaoyu lowered her head like a child who had done something wrong. She averted her gaze, not daring to look at Xiao Chen directly. She said carefully, I was controlled again, pft. Cough, cough. Xiao Chen looked at Nye Xiaoyu and almost coughed to death. Are you serious? How did you get controlled again? Didn't I tell you to hide? I didn't want to, but I was too stupid, and my primordial spirit was extracted while I was cultivating. In the end. Nye Xiaoyu said weakly. Tell me, what's going on? Xiao Chen sighed and couldn't blame her anymore. After all, her life was in someone else's hands, so it was understandable that she was forced to do something. Moreover, Xiao Chen knew that although Nye Xiaoyu could scare people, she had never really harmed anyone. She was a good ghost, so he didn't attack her directly. Instead, he let her explain the situation. I stayed in Lan City. It turned out that after Nye Xiaoyu stayed in Lan City, she didn't have much money on her and couldn't afford to stay in a hotel for a long time. So, she started looking around the city and found this residential area. Because this community used to be a graveyard, the yin qi was relatively heavy. Nye Xiaoyu planned to cultivate here. She did not dare to go to a crowded place, so she stayed in a group of buildings that had not been built yet. Anyway, she could find a floor with no one and secretly cultivate. Unexpectedly, Nye Xiaoyu's absorption of yin qi for cultivation was discovered by someone. The person who discovered it was the person who controlled Nye Xiaoyu now, Old Ghost of Xishan. This Old Ghost of Xishan was a native of this graveyard. He built a house here and destroyed the graveyard, but this wasn't something he could stop. He could only choose a building with the strongest yin qi to live in, which was Su Chuxia's building. This was the center of the entire graveyard, so the yin qi was the strongest. Even so, because of the destruction of the building, the yin qi had decreased a lot. Therefore, there wasn't enough yin qi to use. Nye Xiaoyu suddenly got a share of the yin qi here, which naturally attracted Old Ghost of Xishan's attention. While Nie Xiaoyu was cultivating, he extracted her primordial spirit and made her his subordinate. The task that old ghost of Xishan gave Nie Xiaoyu was to find a way to get rid of all the residents in this building. After all, if there were too many people, the yang qi would be stronger, and it would disperse the yin qi. It wasn't easy for old ghost of Xishan to find such a good place, so he naturally didn't want to let others destroy it. It just so happened that he caught a helper like Nie Xiaoyu, so he asked her to do it. However, Nie Xiaoyu was still kind-hearted. She didn't want to harm others, so she could only scare the residents in this building to move away so that old ghost of Xishan could cultivate in peace. The house they were living in now was empty, and it hadn't been sold yet. After rumors of this building being haunted spread, no one paid attention to it, so old ghost of Xishan lived in it with peace of mind. Although Nie Xiaoyu was a yin cultivator, she was also a kind of cultivator. She could also sense danger. Xiaochen was very powerful, and so was Xiaoma. So when they appeared, Nie Xiaoyu would avoid them. In the past few days, she had felt that something was wrong. However, because Xiaochen didn't attack her, and it was only Li Xiener who attacked, Nie Xiaoyu had the illusion that Xiaochen wouldn't attack her, so she came out to take action. Unexpectedly, she was caught by Xiaochen. "Lead the way," Xiaochen said lightly. Lead the way?" Nie Xiaoyu was stunned and said, "Lead the way for what?" "Take me to find that old ghost of Xishan and kill him. Take back your spirit, and then I'll help you buy a house here. You can cultivate slowly and don't get caught again. You're really worrying." Xiaochen was a little speechless, but since he had encountered it, he couldn't ignore it. After all, Nie Xiaoyu was a very good person. Even if it was for Shen Jingshuan's sake, he couldn't ignore it. Shen Jingxian had asked Xiaochen to save her. One day, if Shen Jingxian came back and asked about Nie Xiaoyu's whereabouts, it would be easy for him to explain. Chapter 737. Really? That's great, thank you so much. Nie Xiaoyu was overjoyed. "You're really a good person. Just be careful in the future." Xiaochen smiled bitterly. "How about this, I'll leave you my phone number. If you get caught again, call me secretly and I'll think of a way to save you." Xiaochen couldn't do anything about a stupid ghost cultivator like Nie Xiaoyu. However, since she was so easily caught, Xiaochen might as well help her deal with a few bad guys. Nie Xiaoyu nodded and suddenly thought of something. "By the way, Xishan old ghost is very powerful. He's different from the previous Xishan old corpse. He's now a martial master evil cultivator at the peak of the 10th level. He's very powerful." "Oh, only the peak of the 10th level." Xiaochen nodded. Nie Xiaoyu was taken aback. However, looking at Xiaochen who was flying on the sword, she immediately stopped worrying. It turned out that Xiaochen was so powerful now. The last time she saw him, he was barely on par with the Xishan old corpse, but now it seemed that he had advanced again. The two of them returned to the previous door. Nie Xiaoyu took out the key and opened the door. Suddenly, a hoarse voice came from inside. "Why are you back so early today? Didn't that *T fairy leave?" I didn't have anyone, so I came back first," Nie Xiaoyu said carefully. "Oh." The hoarse voice responded and suddenly shouted, Who did you bring back? Xishan old ghost? I'm here to get rid of you. Come out and die." Xiaochen said jokingly. He didn't expect this guy to be so sensitive. He immediately sensed that there was a stranger here. Shameless boasting. A black shadow flashed out of the inner room. "You can control Nie Xiaoyu, that little trash with the 6th level of inner force. There's nothing to be proud of. In front of me, you can only die. Oh, let me ask you, why are you all called Xishan old X?" Xiaochen ignored the black shadow and asked, "Are you from the Xishan family? Are you all in cahoots? Humph, a dead man doesn't need to know these things. The black shadow sneered. His whole body was shrouded in black fog, and he swept toward Xiaochen. Xiaochen patted the scabbard. The flying sword stepped on the ground and floated in the air. The shadow did not touch Xiaochen at all. Xiaochen knew that the black mist on these evil cultivators was highly toxic and corrosive. Xiaochen did not dare to touch it. Not bad. A Daoist expert? You can already use sword kinesis flight? Old Ghost Xiaofan was clearly more knowledgeable. Are you here to avenge the female Daoist nun from yesterday? It has nothing to do with you. Answer my question first, Xiaochen said. You're about to die, yet you still have so much to say. I really don't know how you can be so open-minded. Old Ghost Xiaofan laughed loudly and snorted. Oh, you're not going to say it? Xiaochen really couldn't do anything to this old Ghost Xiaofan. The black gas on his body surrounded him. In other words, even if Xiaochen attacked him, he would have to pay the price. Xiaofan's old ghost also clearly saw this, so he became somewhat fearless. He chased after Xiaochen with all his might as he sneered. F***ck, I think you really want to die. Xiaochen was angry. Do you think I can't do anything to you? If you could do anything to me, you would have already done it. Why are you running? Old Ghost Xiaofan said disdainfully. Nia Xiaoyu was very worried as she watched Xiaochen run away. Was Xiaochen not a match for him? Why did he keep running? Nethery, it's time for you to show your power. Go out. Teach him a lesson. Xiaochen suddenly ordered. Oh, master, I have a unique skill to deal with cultivators. The flame of the underworld directly flew out and pounced on Old Ghost Xiaofan. Hey! What's this thing? Old Ghost Xiaofan was stunned. The next moment, he was surrounded by the flame of the underworld. He immediately let out a mournful scream. Ah, it hurts so much. Under the burning of the flame of the underworld, the black gas around him turned into black smoke and dissipated. Old Ghost Xiaofan's body quickly caught fire. This kind of flame from hell was the nemesis of cultivators and ghost cultivators. This was a heaven and earth flame from hell that specialized in burning ghosts. Not to mention that Old Ghost Xiaofan was only a martial master, even a martial general would be finished at this moment. Ah! Old Ghost Xiaofan rolled on the ground in pain. He had no room to resist at all. Soon, he began to beg for mercy. Daoist priest, I was wrong. Don't kill me. Let me go. I was wrong, I was really wrong. Weren't you very arrogant just now? Didn't you say that I was about to die? Who will die? Xiaochen sneered. I'll die, I'll die. Old Ghost Xiaofan screamed in pain. Please, let me go. It's not easy for me to cultivate to this level. I'm just a small ghost cultivator. Daoist priest, please be magnanimous and let me go. Oh? Xiaoyu, did this old thing do anything to you? For example, have improper thoughts? Xiaochen asked. No. After he controlled me, he cultivated every day. Why don't you let him go? Nia Xiaoyu said. Let him go? How can it be so easy? Xiaochen said coldly. Why should I let him go? Xiaoyu, thank you for pleading for me. Daoist priest, I was wrong. Whatever you ask, I'll tell you. Don't burn me. If you burn me again, I'll die. Old Ghost Xiaofan repeatedly begged for mercy. Oh, Nethery, wait for a while. Xiaochen said to the flame of the underworld. The flame of the underworld disappeared with a whoosh and returned to Xiaochen's divine sense space. The flame on Old Ghost Xiaofan's body was also taken away. At this moment, Old Ghost Xiaofan was kneeling on the ground with his face covered in dirt. Xiao Chen had asked her to teach old ghost Xishan a lesson. He didn't say that he would burn him to death, so she didn't use her full strength. Now answer the question. Xiao Chen said. Oh. Well, West Mountain is a place. Its full name is West Star Mountain. It's a gathering place for some evil cultivators. Because of the rich heaven and earth spirit energy there's an ancient abandoned cave abode. Therefore, it was occupied by the Evil Cultivator Alliance, old ghost Xishan quickly replied. Oh? So you're a member of the Evil Cultivator Alliance? Xiao Chen asked. Yes, the evil cultivators in our Evil Cultivator Alliance are all called Xishan or something. The addition of the word old is just to prove that we're old. However, because the overbearing words like old demon, old ghost, and old corpse have been used, some people are called West Mountain Evil Ghost, West Mountain Evil Ghost, and so on. Old Ghost Xishan said, actually, the benefit of joining this alliance is to hold a summit every year and then distribute some cultivation resources. There's no other use. If that's the case, then your value isn't that great, Xiao Chen said after listening. Don't. It's very, very valuable. If I become the backbone of the Evil Cultivator Alliance, I can help Daoist Priest gather information. Daoist Priest wants to destroy our Evil Cultivator Alliance, right? Old Ghost Xishan quickly said. What does that have to do with me? Xiao Chen was speechless. I'm just curious. Didn't you guys unite to suppress the evil cultivators? Old Ghost Xishan was stunned. I don't have that much free time. Xiao Chen waved his hand. Well, I'll refine a ghost talisman devil for you to survive. However, I don't need you for the time being. You can stay here and be Nie Xiaoyu's bodyguard. Okay. When old Ghost Xishan heard that he didn't have to die, he nodded repeatedly. Although refining a ghost talisman devil meant losing his freedom, it was still better than death. Xiaoyu, help me prepare some materials. It's still dark now, so we can go out, Xiao Chen said to Nie Xiaoyu. Okay. Nie Xiaoyu nodded quickly. Xiao Chen listed some things, and Nie Xiaoyu went out. Old Ghost Xishan sat on the ground with a depressed face. He knew that he was no match for Xiao Chen. As long as Xiao Chen used the fire of the underworld, he would die without a burial place. Therefore, although he was very unwilling, he had no other choice. He could only stabilize Xiao Chen first and see if he could turn against him in the future when he became stronger. Anyway, the ghost talisman devil could be broken. Nie Xiaoyu came back soon. Obviously, she always helped old Ghost Xishan buy some cultivation materials, so she had her own purchase channels. This time, Xiao Chen didn't even bother to use the Samadhi True Fire. He directly asked Nethery to refine old Ghost Xishan into the second ghost talisman devil. Because Nethery was there, he was ranked third, so Xiao Chen gave him the nickname Little Ghost. Little Ghost. Xiao Chen glanced at old Ghost Xishan. Master, please tell me. Old Ghost Xishan looked like a slave, but in his heart, he was cursing Xiao Chen. He secretly swore that one day, he must kill Xiao Chen and take revenge. He, old Ghost Xishan, was a very famous figure among the evil cultivators, but today he was defeated so badly. You stay here. Don't let Nie Xiaoyu's primordial spirit be captured again, do you hear me? Xiao Chen ordered. Understood. Old Ghost Xishan nodded quickly. The Yin Qi here can be used for her cultivation, and the cultivation resources should be given to her first. Understand? Xiao Chen continued. Understood. Although old Ghost Xishan was unwilling, he didn't dare to disobey. Okay, then I'm leaving. Xiao Chen said, don't scare people anymore. Yes. Old Ghost Xishan sent Xiao Chen away respectfully, gritting his teeth. When he turned his head and saw Nie Xiaoyu, he was shocked. "Senior old ghost, what's wrong?" Nie Xiaoyu looked at him strangely. "Ah, I have a toothache, but it's nothing." Old ghost Xiaofan was not sure about the relationship between Nie Xiaoyu and Xiao Chen. If the two of them were close, then his every move would fall into Xiao Chen's eyes. If that happened, he would be dead. "Also, call me little ghost from now on. I'm your subordinate now." Oh. Nie Xiaoyu was not used to it. When Xiao Chen returned to Su Chuxia's residence, the sky was already bright, and they had also woken up. When they saw Xiao Chen coming back, they immediately asked, "Xiao Chang, where did you go? Did you go to catch ghosts?" Chapter 738. It's fine. There won't be any more ghosts in the future. Xiao Chen nodded. "However, we might not be able to see the results in a short period of time. Sour, go talk to the open market and buy the rest of the houses that haven't been sold yet. However, don't sell the house in 3102 after you buy it. It's occupied." Don't tell me it's for a ghost?" Tian Saori was stunned. "Saori, will you die if you don't scare people?" Su Chuxia glared at her and said angrily. "It's really for a ghost. However, that ghost is now my subordinate. He's similar to Little Demonin. He's a ghost talisman demon. If you have any problems, you can go to him. It's that male ghost. I named him Little Ghost." Xiao Chen said, "There's also a woman. She's my friend. She's very kind." It's really a ghost?" Su Chuxia was stunned. He, how is it, Chuxia? My guess is very accurate. It seems that Xiao Chang and I are telepathic. As expected of a couple. Tian Saori said proudly. "I really admire you." Su Chuxia was a little speechless. But it doesn't matter. If you're bullied, you can let the ghost help you. I guarantee that they'll be scared to death. Xiao Chen smiled. "Okay." Su Chuxia blinked. "Ever since I met you, I've met all kinds of weird people. It's really amazing, however, I might have to leave." Xiao Chen said. Xia Zhili had already urged him to go back for a meeting to study Pang Fengda and Wang Chake. He could use this opportunity to attack Song Bilian. You're leaving so soon." Tian Saori was a little disappointed. "If I knew this, I wouldn't have let you catch the ghost so soon. I have work. I still need to go to the Supernatural Investigation Bureau." Xiao Chen said. "Saori, Xiao Chang has serious things to do. Don't keep pestering him. Haven't you guys already broken up? Are you done yet?" Su Chuxia reminded. "You're the one who broke up. We're just temporarily separated, okay?" Tian Saori was not going to take it lying down. "Right, Xiao Chang." "Sort of, but I really have to go," Xiao Chen said. "I'll leave in a while." "In such a hurry?" Su Chuxia knew that Xiao Chen would definitely leave, but she didn't expect it to be so soon. "Yes, there are occasional things on that side." Xiao Chen nodded. "All right then. If you're on vacation, come visit me when you're free. Sour really misses you." Su Chuxia nodded. "I will," Xiao Chen replied. After bidding farewell to Su Chuxia and Tian Saori, Xiao Chen went to Tianfang province. The car was temporarily left in the parking lot downstairs. It was too far to drive, so it was faster to fly. Of course, Xiao Chen could also fly on his sword, but it would be weird to be seen flying in the sky in broad daylight. In the afternoon, Xiao Chen arrived at Tianfang province. After coming out of the airport, Xiao Chen was hailing a taxi. However, he did not expect that the number of taxis at the airport was very tight. There were no extra cars, and there was a long line of people waiting. Why are there so many people? Xiaofan was slightly stunned, but he suddenly thought that the Chinese New Year had just ended. Many tourists who went out to play or returned to their hometown had returned. It was normal to have a large number of passengers. Although it was not impossible to run or fly to the headquarters of the Supernatural Investigation Bureau, it was too shocking. Just as Xiaofan was looking back and forth, someone patted his back. Xiaofan. Xiaofan was stunned. He turned around and found that it was Lan Xinxin. Then, Xiaofan couldn't help but ask curiously, "Lan Xinxin, how do you know me?" "Ah, my brother sent me a photo. I didn't expect you to be so handsome." Lan Xinxin said, "I'm really sorry. Grandpa and the others brought you a lot of trouble, but they really didn't mean any harm. And, speaking of which, it was me who broke you. I heard from my brother that you haven't been intimate with your girlfriend at home these days." "Sigh, it's all my fault." "What?" Xiaofan was stunned. "I didn't get intimate with her. In Wang Fontian's opinion, my thing is broken?" "What a wild imagination." "Nothing, nothing. Let's not talk about this. By the way, do you want to take a taxi? Where are you going?" Lan Xinxin thought that Xiaofan was too embarrassed to talk about it, so she quickly changed the topic. She had also looked into this issue recently, but she also found that many men were more chauvinistic. Obviously, there was a problem, but they didn't go to treatment, because they were afraid that others would look down on them. So, in her opinion, Xiaofan should be the same. He didn't want to admit that his thing was broken, but this made her feel even more guilty. She asked Wang Fantian about Xiaofan's recent situation and found that Xiaofan played with his sister every day. He didn't go to Tang Tang, so there must be something wrong with his body. "Oh, I'm going to the Supernatural Investigation Bureau," said Xiaofan. "Eh? Really? Aren't you the fake Yang Jiannan? How dare you go to the Supernatural Investigation Bureau? Aren't you afraid that they will arrest you?" Lan Xinxin looked at Xiaofan in surprise. "Ugh, you have to keep it a secret for me." Xiaofan realized that he had let it slip. He was now using his original face. N. Lan Xinxin nodded. "You can rest assured that I won't say anything. Yang Jiannan was killed by me. I'm now pretending to be him. You won't harm me, right?" asked Xiaofan. "Of course not. I plan to take care of you for a lifetime. Why would I harm you?" Lan Xinxin shook her head. "Then I'll send you to the Supernatural Investigation Bureau. It's difficult to get a taxi here. My own car is stored in the airport parking lot. That's troublesome." Xiaofan didn't refuse. In fact, to be honest, he had a good impression of Lan Xinxin, a somewhat silly girl. If it weren't for the Wang family's aggressiveness, the two of them would be good friends. But now, Xiaofan was a little afraid of being with Lan Xinxin. He was afraid that the two of them would be entangled, and it would become more and more difficult to communicate with each other. He came to the parking lot with Lan Xinxin. Her car was a Beetle. Xiaofan got in the car, and Lan Xinxin started the car and drove in the direction of the Supernatural Investigation Bureau. "Xiaofan, will you be staying in Tianfang province in the future?" asked Lan Xinxin. "I will be here often." Xiaofan nodded. "But don't tell your grandpa and the others, or else it will be troublesome." "Don't worry. I won't say anything." Lan Xinxin smiled and said, "I rarely communicate with them, but you can often look for me to hang out." "Look for you? Hang out?" Xiaofan was slightly surprised. "Yeah, in fact, you don't have to be embarrassed. You can ask me out on a date. We can also get a room and experiment a few times. Maybe you will." As Lan Xinxin said this, she blushed a little. Anyway, I won't despise you. Let's talk about this later. Xiao Chen smiled bitterly. Then let's talk about it. Anyway, if you think it through, just call me, said Lan Xinxin. Xiao Chen didn't know what to say. Anyway, he felt that the Wang family was stubborn. If they weren't a family, they wouldn't enter the same door. Only Wang Benpai was different. Lan Xinxin's car came to the door of the Supernatural Investigation Bureau. Xiao Chen took out Yang Jiannan's mask and put it on his face. Then, he infused qi into it. Under the effect of qi, the originally lifeless face suddenly became lively. Lan Xinxin was a little surprised. The original Xiao Chen in the front passenger seat instantly became Yang Jiannan. She said, "What kind of mask is this? Why is it so magical? I can't even tell that it's a different person. This is the real face." It was peeled off from Yang Jiannan's face. "Are you afraid?" asked Xiao Chen. "Ah, you're lying. How is that possible?" Lan Xinxin didn't believe it. "Then you go. I'm leaving. Keep in touch by phone in the future. Goodbye." Xiao Chen nodded, got out of the car, and strode into the Supernatural Investigation Bureau. Along the way, there were people from the Supernatural Investigation Bureau who greeted Xiao Chen from time to time, but Xiao Chen didn't know these people. He just smiled at them. He went directly to Xia Zhili's office and saw that Xia Zhili was studying the Five Poisons secret book. Deputy Bureau Chief Xia, why are you still studying this book?" Xiao Chen was a little puzzled. "Oh, nothing to do. This is a very powerful secret book. If you master it, it is said that you can sweep the underworld. Although I can't practice it, it's fine. I'm just looking around." Xia Zhili smiled and put down the secret book. He said, "Don't worry. I won't practice it randomly. I'm not stupid. This kind of unrealistic thing is just a thought." "That's good." Xiao Chen smiled and said, "I was really afraid that you would take it too hard and practice it." How was it? Did you have a good New Year?" "I have already collected evidence about what you said. I'm ready to make things difficult for you during the meeting. You cooperate with me," Xia Zhili ordered. "No problem," Xiao Chen responded. The two of them walked to the conference room one after another. Song Bilian, Deputy Bureau Chief Zhang, and Ling Tian, the Deputy Bureau Chief, also came to the conference room one after another. The meeting had begun. However, at the beginning of the meeting, Xia Zhili threw out the heavy bomb that Pang Fengde and Wang Chake helped the Gao family to deal with the Qi family. It directly blew up the people present and made them at a loss. However, looking at the evidence documents that Xia Zhili took out, even Song Bilian couldn't find any reason to refute. He could only sit there with a gloomy face and say nothing. He didn't understand if his subordinate was out of his mind. Not only did he fail to do this, but he was also caught by Xia Zhili. This time, there was no hope for Wang Chake to be promoted to the leader of Team B. It must be known that Wang Chake was also a person who relied on him through Pang Fengde. During this time, he had been working to replace Wang Chake, but now everything was shattered. Song Bilian glanced at Xiao Chen and said faintly, "Deputy Bureau Chief Yang used to be from Team B, Wang Chake is from Team B. Let Deputy Bureau Chief Yang speak on this matter. After all, Chake is also Deputy Bureau Chief Yang's subordinate." Chapter 739. Song Bilian's words were actually a hint to Xiao Chen that as long as he could help Wang Chake get through this, he would get Wang Chake's full cooperation in whatever work Xiao Chen had in the future. Unfortunately, Song Bilian had no idea that this matter was caused by Xiao Chen. "Oh, I heard about this when I returned to Songning." I think this Wang Chake is no longer suitable to hold an important position in the Supernatural Investigation Bureau. He actually colluded with the Gao family's children to harm the Qi family's children. Although Xiao Chen had a hand in it, Xiao Chen and I have a personal grudge. I still support him in this matter, so I agree with Deputy Director Xia's suggestion to launch an investigation on Wang Chake. I believe this person must have done such things before. Xiao Chen said. Song Billian's face darkened and became even uglier. He did not expect Yang Jiannan and Xia Zhili to be on good terms again. Although the two of them had conflicts before, he did not know what they had reached in private. In any case, the two of them were echoing each other. Well, in that case, let's vote. Those who agree to investigate Wang Chake, raise your hands. Ling Tian said. Then, Xiao Chen and Xia Zhili raised their hands. Good, 2 votes. Those who disagree, raise your hands. Ling Tian looked around. Only Song Billion raised his hand. Deputy Bureau Chief Zhang had always abstained. Only 1 vote disagrees. So be it. Start an investigation on Wang Chake. As for Pang Fengde, he is also an accomplice. Although it is not a big problem, he still violated the rules. He will be kept on probation. Yes. Song Billion had no choice. He could not ignore Ling Tian's words. He could only accept it with a dark face. Good, since this matter is over, let's move on to the next topic. Ling Tian did not expect Xia Zhili to suddenly reveal this matter. Originally, he had called the meeting to talk about another important matter. In the martial arts world, there will be a Lunar New Year auction in a few days. At the auction, there will be an item that we need. The higher-ups have given us a mission to bring a team to bid for this item and bring it back to the research agency for research. Oh. Ling Tian's words caused an uproar among the deputy bureau chiefs. This mission was strange enough. It had never happened before. May I ask what it is? Xia Zhili asked. It is a refining material called extraterrestrial meteorite. It can be used to forge weapons. It is said to be very sharp, but it has more research value. It is said to be a new type of metal. It is said to be a new type of metal. If we can get our hands on it, it will make great contributions to aerospace, weapons, and other fields. Ling Tian said, however, the outer martial world auction is an auction that has been passed down for thousands of years. Even our supernatural investigation department has no way of forcing people to hand over the materials. If you want to obtain it, you can only follow the rules of the auction and bid for it. I see. Everyone nodded. Ling Chuan Chen's long as one didn't said. What the higher-ups mean is that this matter is of great importance, so they asked one of our deputy directors to lead a team to the outer world of martial arts to bid for the auction. After the auction, there might be some martial artists who don't abide by the rules and kill them on the way. We must have an expert on our side. But at the same time, due to the strict inspection of the auction house, we can't bring firearms. If we bring those things, I'm afraid we'll be rejected at the door and won't even be able to enter. Ling Tian said, thus, one of us will be chosen to go. After we succeed, we will have to send the materials to Lan City's military technology research facility as soon as possible. Only then will this mission be considered complete. Previously, Deputy Bureau Chief Yang was involved in the Lan City incident. I think it's better to let Deputy Bureau Chief Yang go this time. Just as Ling Tian finished speaking, Song Billion spoke up. He wanted to mess with Xiao Chen. From his point of view, this mission was full of danger. It was the martial arts world and there were people trying to rob it. If he did not handle it well, he would lose his life. Since Xiao Chen did not know what was good for him, he would teach him a lesson. What? Xia Zhili was shocked. How could he not know the danger? If there was such a ridiculous mission in the past, it would be Ling Tian himself or Deputy Bureau Chief Zhang. Xia Zhili and Song Bilian would definitely not go. He did not expect Song Bilian to say this. He was unhappy. Deputy Bureau Chief Song, you must be mistaken. The person in the Lan City Military Technology Research Institute was Xiao Chen. What does it have to do with Yang Jianen? Isn't Yang Jianen Xiao Chen? This was caused by his own problems. In the records of the Supernatural Investigation Bureau, he went under Yang Jianen's name. Besides, Yang Jianen was the newly appointed Deputy Bureau Chief. It was reasonable for him to go and gain experience. He couldn't just sit back and do nothing, right? Young people should travel more. It's not good for old people like us to participate in the auction. Song Bilian said. Deputy Bureau Chief Ling, why don't we raise our hands to vote? Alright. Those who agree with Yang Jianen leading the team, please raise your hands. Ling Tian nodded. This time, other than Song Bilian being the first to raise his hand, what was surprising was that Deputy Bureau Chief Zhang also raised his hand. Xia Zhili frowned when he saw this. However, he could understand why Deputy Bureau Chief Zhang didn't care. Now that this mission might be assigned to him, he had to participate. Otherwise, according to common sense, Ling Tian and Deputy Bureau Chief Zhang should go. Alright, I also agree with Yang Jianen leading the team. 3-2. This matter is decided. Ling Tian said. This made Xia Zhili feel even more uncomfortable. Previously, Ling Tian did not participate in the voting. However, this time, he participated. It was obvious that he was unwilling to lead the team. He had the same thought as Deputy Bureau Chief Zhang. Since someone chose to lead the team, why not go with the flow? Are you guys bullying the newbies? Xia Zhili's face darkened. I'll go then. Xiao Chen saw that the matter was settled. It was useless to say anything more. Moreover, going to the martial arts world was a good thing. He also wanted to know more about the Qishan faction. Xia Zhili also knew that there was no way to change it. If he refused to carry out this decision, then Xiao Chen's position as Deputy Bureau Chief would be over. He had no qualifications, unlike Xia Zhili, who could not act shamelessly. Xia Zhili was a person who was seriously injured for the Supernatural Investigation Bureau. Whether he refused or not, others could not do anything to him. However, Xiao Chen could not. Although Yang Jianen had performed many meritorious deeds before, everyone knew in their hearts that it was done by Xiao Chen and not Yang Jianen. Even if the current Yang Jianen was Xiao Chen, it was useless if others did not know. In the hearts of others, Yang Jianen was a newbie who had not done anything yet. He had no right to refuse anything. In that case, Song Huawu, Xia Shibin, and Wang Chaik will work together with Yang Jianen. Wang Chaik will redeem himself by doing good deeds. Xia Zhili didn't mind scamming Wang Chaik again. Going to the auction, there would naturally be some errand work. Bringing Wang Chaik along was actually bringing along a lackey. If anything really happened, he could use him as a scapegoat. Song Bilian did not expect Xia Zhili to make such a suggestion, but he could not refuse. After all, it was reasonable. He could only say in a low voice, Wang Chaik is originally part of Team B under Deputy Bureau Chief Xia's jurisdiction. There is no problem with him cooperating. Then, let's leave it at that. Alright, the meeting is adjourned. Ling Tian made the final decision. Deputy Bureau Chief Yang, I will send you the relevant information about the auction later. When the time comes, you can choose to go. No problem. Xiao Chen nodded. After the meeting, Xiao Chen followed Xia Zhili back to the office. As soon as he entered the door, Xia Zhili began to flip out. This Song Bilian is really wicked. He actually let you do such a thing. The relationship between our Supernatural Investigation Bureau and the outer martial arts world has never been too good. In the past, they could not do anything to us if we carried guns. Now that we cannot carry guns, it is very likely that something will happen to you if you go. Oh. People from the outer martial arts world would dare to openly attack people from the Supernatural Investigation Bureau? Xiao Chen was stunned. He did not think so much before. Now that he heard it, it did not seem to be the case. They definitely wouldn't dare to openly, but if someone robbed you afterward, they would definitely not expose their identity. When something happens to you, even if the Supernatural Investigation Bureau wanted to find the murderer, it would be a mess. There would be no way to start the investigation. We can't possibly investigate all the sects participating in the auction, right? We don't have that ability. Xia Zhili shook his head. So, old Zhang also saw that this task was difficult. When Song Bilian recommended you, he and Ling Tian immediately agreed. I'll be careful. Xiao Chen did not feel too afraid. After all, it was not the first time he dealt with the outer martial arts world. He had even killed many people from the outer martial arts world. When something happened, he would use Wang Chake as cannon fodder. Well, I can't say more. Everything depends on your luck and fortune. Xia Zhili picked up the 5 Poison secret book in the drawer and said, this book should be able to be auctioned for a high price. I have no use for it. You can go to the auction and sell it for some pocket money. It will not be a wasted trip. Oh. Xiao Chen was slightly stunned. This is originally yours. Take it. Xia Zhili saw Xiao Chen's stunned expression and could not help but wave his hand. Okay. Xiao Chen did not argue and kept it. As for whether he really wanted to auction it, it would depend on the situation. In fact, Xiao Chen was really not short of money, but Xia Zhili did not know and thought that Xiao Chen was very poor. By the way, Yang Jiannan should have some assets. I will find a way to get them for you. I will open a new account for you and call it Yang Jiannan. No one will suspect anything. Xia Zhili suddenly thought of something, so he said. Then I will trouble Deputy Bureau Chief Xia. Although Xiao Chen was not short of money, it was not good to refuse Xia Zhili's enthusiasm. You're tuning in to the Xiaofan's Wuxia Tales YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.